Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Test, 5.
I meant you were muted. Test. Test, hello.
Testing. As the games come and go, each matchup becomes so much more important. Today is game 32, and it's a big tilt as the Falmouth Commodores take on the Cotuit Kettleers with an opportunity to take sole possession of fourth place in the Western Division with a win and a Wareham loss. Hello and welcome to Lowell Park along with Logan Safarenko. I'm Trey Redfield. Carter Bainbridge, our field reporter, will join us shortly. We're so glad you're with us tonight for the Doors and Cats. Logan, it's the final time we are in Cotuit this season. Falmouth tied last night at the Gov to Wareham, but it only gets tougher knowing Cotuit is still the best in the West.
And it only gets tougher knowing that the Falmouth Commodores have to go on the road a lot this coming week, but they actually play better on the road with a combined record of 8 wins, 5 losses, and 1 tie. But it seems that every time we come to Lowell Park, every game has a great finish. We saw the tie in the first time we came to Lowell Park, and then on 4th of July, it was basically a football score, so should be a fun one.
It was a football score. 10-7 was the final. Cotuit making it interesting with a 2-spot put up in the bottom of the 9th inning. Today, though, the Commodores send Will Johnson to the mound, left-handed pitcher out of Texas A&M. We've seen him in a couple of relieving opportunities, and he's taken advantage of them. But today, Logan, it's his first start.
Absolutely. Two appearances, I should say, coming into today. Has yet to allow an earned run. We talked about him getting to the Falmouth Commodores relatively late in this season, in the first week of July. It's a day of pitchers making their first starts on the year, as the Cotuit starter making his first start of the 2022 season, and his Kettleers season debut today.
Yeah, his name is Cole McNamee. He comes from Georgia Tech, where he transferred from Wake Forest, resides in Milton, Georgia. You said it. His first time throwing a pitch for the Cotuit Kettleers this season, so let's talk about what he did in Atlanta for the Yellow Jackets. He had 21 appearances, having a 9.00 ERA, pitching in 14 innings, giving up 26 hits, striking out 11, and walking 5. Logan, what do the Doors need to do offensively to get on McNamee early? We're not going to see him for a while, knowing Ty Johnson's going to be coming in a little bit after McNamee.
Well, you got to be able to jump on the game early, especially when it comes to using the road tools to your advantage. We saw a lot of early striking on the road work out for the Falmouth Commodores, but you can't do what you did last night, and that's score in little bits of the game. We saw realistically around 2 times, a 3-spot and then a solo shot from Peyton Stovall, but got to spread it out throughout the entirety of the game, and it doesn't matter who's on the mound because that's summer ball. You got to get good looks in the box off of whoever's on the bump.
If the Commodores win today against the Kettleers, they will take the season series against their biggest rival. We get to find out how it all goes down in just a couple of moments. The Doors and Cats coming up soon. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. It is officially go time here at Lowell Park. The Commodores and Kettleers coming up in just a couple of moments. We mentioned Colton McNamee is the starter today for the Cats, and this is the lineup that Jeff Trundy will be handing out to the Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket. It starts with Alex Mooney hitting leadoff and playing shortstop today. Corey Collins hitting second. So no, not Colby Halter. He's actually getting the day off today. Collins is the designated hitter. Peyton Stovall hitting third, a spot that's usually been his ever since he's gotten here on Cape Cod just a couple of weeks ago. Jacob Walsh hitting cleanup. He's playing first base tonight. Josiah Cromwick follows him. He's behind the plate. Drew Brutcher is hitting sixth in right field. Jackson Nicholas hitting seventh. He's playing third base. Travis Chestnut is in left field for the Commodores. And rounding out the Falmouth order is Luke Boyers playing center field. Andrew Pinckney going home for the MLB draft this morning, flying out of Boston, where he had a 2 p.m. flight. He got there in the later parts of the morning, I should say. So it's Boyers getting to start at center field for the first time this season. So, Logan, things a little bit different. What's something that sticks out to you in that lineup?
Well, Jackson Nicholas playing third base defensively, but something that realistically sticks out is Jacob Walsh going back to his cleanup ways. We saw Andrew Pinckney back cleanup yesterday against the Wareham Gatemen. So Walsh, who has spent about 97% of the season batting in the cleanup spot, back to where he normally hits. The Doors looking to get some more offensive production out of him as he's been slumping these past couple of games. We talked about it with Carter Bainbridge. He got his first base hit off of a lefty just the other day against the Bourne Braves.
Yeah, he's really kept it going ever since he's showed off the socks. That came, what, 5-6 days ago?
Oh, yeah.
Walsh has gotten a hit in almost every single one of those days where he showed off the maroon socks. It's a windy one here at Lowell Park. The American flag out in left center field pushing towards the trees, which means the wind is pushing towards the outfield fence. Falmouth today in its road blacks, maroon numbers and lettering with white on the outside, gray pants, maroon socks along with black hats and helmets. Cotuit in the home whites with maroon pinstripes on both the jersey and the pants. White jerseys and pants, maroon lettering, and blue hats and helmets for Cotuit. So Mooney at the plate, Cole McNamee on the mound, righty on righty matchup. McNamee is working from the windup. His first pitch. Change up for strike one. We are officially underway. First pitch, 5 o'clock right on the dot, 85 degrees and mostly clear skies. Where else would you rather be, right? 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike two. Mooney chases after the slider on the other half of the plate, landing towards the left-handed batter's box.
Well, Mooney struck out on 3 pitches last night, and that was the pitch that he struck out on. He chased a pitch out in the zone that went away. Got to be careful here with an 0-2 count.
Mooney, one of the 5 All-Stars for the Commodores this season. As he goes after the 0-2, it's in the dirt. Lomavita picks it up, quickly tosses it at the first to Tyler Johnson in time for the first out. So not a bad start for Cole McNamee making his Cotuit debut. He has 1 out already, and it comes via the strikeout. So we take you through the Cotuit defense. Behind the plate is Caleb Lomavita. At first base, Tyler Johnson. Kobe Wilkerson at second. Caleb Ketchup playing third base. Tommy Troy is over at shortstop. It's Corey Collins at the plate. We'll bring you to the outfield after this pitch. Fastball in the outer half misses too much outside for ball 1. The outfield from left to right. Carter Trice, Eddie Park, and Josh Pearson. A lot of new names in this Cotuit lineup because it seems like everyone on the Kettleers is getting drafted today. 1-0 to Corey Collins, misses inside, ball 2. But just the names that we're usually used to, you know, Victor Scott, Cam Collier, the list goes on and on.
Brooks Baldwin, the 2-year vet with the Cotuit Kettleers.
Yep. A lot of Kettleers going to hear their names called the next couple of days as Collins swings at the 2-0. It's belted to right center field. Going back is Park. He's going to watch it fly. It's gone over the right center field fence. That's Corey Collins' first home run of the Cape League season, and it comes in a big way. 1-0 your score, 1 gone in the top of the first.
Boy, it just seems like recently he's been getting ahead in counts relatively nicely in his way. 2-0, 3-0, 3-1. He walked 3 times yesterday, so it's about time he got ahead in the count and hit a long ball like that, straightaway gap in right center, right around the 397 mark.
It's Collins' first trip down the Falmouth Tunnel. How do you get a ticket? Well, you got to hit a home run first, and Collins did just that. So now it's Peyton Stovall at the plate. Righty on lefty duel. First pitch to him misses low and inside for ball 1. The umpires today, Ronaldo Cockrum is behind the plate. Sparky Burns over at first. At third base is Chuck Furlong. 1-0. Right down the pipe. Strike 1, count even. The dimensions here, like you said, in center field, it's 397. Down the left field line, it's 320. And over in right field, it's 328. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Well, here's another guy that likes the right center gap. That was Peyton Stovall. That's where he hit his home run last night.
Got a lot of views as well. You told me how many views did that home run
around
get?
8,900 on Twitter.
Bet a lot of Arkansas fans saw that one. 1-2 pitch. Outside, ball 2. Stovall goes to Arkansas. He's playing second base tonight, a spot where he often really doesn't play. In just 2 games this season with the Razorbacks, he was playing second base. All the other ones came at first base. 2-2 comes in, misses low and inside. The count is full on Stovall. We saw 15 full counts last night between the Doors and Gateman. Turned out to be a 4-4 tie at Gov Fuller Field. Stovall had a monster season with the Razorbacks in just his freshman years. The payoff pitch comes in. He lays off. It's ball 4. But College World Series was dominant. One game he went 5 for 6 against Auburn, an SEC foe. And he's really been turning it up here. He's only struck out twice. And now he's on first base.
That 5-hit outing that he had, that was the first 5-hit game for any College World Series baseball player since 2009.
Oh, man. So now it's Jacob Walsh, first baseman out of Oregon, who hit just a little under 300 this season with the Ducks. Another righty on lefty duel. Stovall leads off first base. Not the biggest of leads over there. Pickoff play over at first base. Stovall gets in safely without a tag. 1-0 your score. Stovall on first. 1 gone in the top of the first inning, thanks to a solo home run from Corey Collins, his first on the season. First pitch to Walsh. Changeup misses low, ball 1.
How about this attack from the Falmouth offense after Mooney went down on 3 pitches swinging to lead off the game? Home run, a walk, and now Walsh ahead in the count 1-0.
McNamee kicks and fires. Swinging a line shot into left center field. This one is going to get down, bouncing all the way to the wall. Stovall is rounding third. He's going to come home to score. It's an RBI double for Jacob Walsh. Pump those arms, why don't you? It's 2-0 Doors with still 1 gone to the top of the first.
Well, Jacob Walsh was trying to make those kids busy out there. Beyond the outfield fence, the kids were chasing that home run ball in right center. Walsh said, hey, I'll go the other way. Check this out. Not necessarily a home run, but did his job being ahead in the count, 1-0. 2-0 Doors.
That was Walsh's 100th at-bat of the season. He came into today hitting 172. Here's his college teammate, Josiah Cromwick, in the right-handed batter's box. First pitch to him, changeup right down Broadway, strike 1. Cromwick is now starting to turn into the everyday catcher for the Doors after Jacob Cozart had his last game yesterday at the Gov. So Cromwick is really the only other catcher on this roster as he swings and tips at the 0-1. It's now 0-2. Corey Collins did some catching at Georgia, but I think from here on out, Logan, it's going to be Cromwick throughout.
Absolutely, and Jacob Cozart threw out, what was that, Ryan Lasko 3 times in the same game, but Cromwick's throwing out quite a few guys as well.
He's really starting to figure it out behind the plate, too. It seems like every single game defensively, his arm's getting stronger. Walsh on second, 1 gone. The 0-2 pitch. Tipped into the glove for strike 3. 2 gone in the top of the first inning. Doors up 2-0 early on the Cats.
I'll give credit to McNamee for both of his strikeouts this inning have come on 3 pitches.
So now here comes Drew Brutcher. Right fielder out of South Florida as time is called by Mike Roberts. This is McNamee's CCBL debut today. So he doesn't even have a relief appearance, nothing. He's coming in and was given the ball. He's not going to be out here for that long, though. Ty Johnson, who came into today being the starting pitcher, actually got pushed back for just being the primary guy, according to the Cotuit Kettleers MLB liaison account.
Those accounts don't get enough credit for what they do. They give so much information on those accounts. They tweet those things bright and early, too.
Not as early as Kelly Nicholson, though, with the Orleans Firebirds.
No.
With his lineup. We have a lot of respect for both Nicholson and all the liaison accounts out there. As the conversation is broken up by Ronaldo Cochran, home plate umpire for today. As it's Drew Brutcher coming up to the plate. Right fielder out of South Florida, who's really been swinging a hot bat this season, and it seems like the opposite with Walsh. Ever since Brutcher hit the Sox, he started to figure it out.
Oh, absolutely. He's driven in 1 in 4 straight games. Could make it 5 right here with any sort of gap shot.
Walsh on second, 2 gone, top 1, Doors up 2. First pitch to Drew, fastball in the dirt, blocked by Loma Vida for ball 1. It's a windy one here at Lowell Park. American flag pushing towards the trees, like I mentioned just a few moments ago, which means the wind is pushing towards that outfield fence. If Brutcher just gets a hold of one, it'll go far and then some. The 1-0. This is outside, ball 2. McNamee has been in the ACC his entire career, spent 4 years at Wake Forest, then made the move to Georgia Tech, where he was a utility player, both hitting and pitching for the Yellow Jackets this season in Atlanta. He comes set, working from the stretch, peeks back at Walsh and fires. Misses outside, 3-0 now on Brutcher.
Got to be careful. He could walk his second batter here in this first inning.
Brutcher this season is hitting .225 with 3 home runs and 12 RBIs. Like I mentioned, he's really been turning it up lately. 3-0 pitch in the dirt, ball 4. So that's the second walk given up by McNamee in this top half, and there's now 2 on with 2 gone. The Commodores leading the Kettleers by a score of 2-0 in the top of the first inning.
It's still very weird to hear this kid's name said over the PA. third baseman today. Nicholas hasn't played too much third base with the Doors.
Jackson Nicholas comes out of Oklahoma, a rising sophomore who's a Kansas native. He just wanted to play baseball. First pitch on the outside corner, strike one. And the reason why I say he just wanted to play baseball is because he's came up a long season. Oklahoma, the team that got swept in the College World Series final to Ole Miss. After a ton of games played there, he comes to Falmouth just a couple of weeks later. Doing whatever he can to get some reps. As the 0-1 comes in, he cuts at it and misses. It's now 0-2, a 91-mile-an-hour fastball coming from McNamee. Walsh on second, Brutcher on first. It's Nicholas at the plate. Jackson this season has 17 at-bats. He only has one hit so far. 0-2 in the dirt, blocked by Lomavita, keeping it in front of him. It's now 1-2 on the Oklahoma Sooner. Comes from Overland Park, Kansas, was listed as one of the top prospects in the middle of the continental United States. 1-2 the count. McNamee awaits his sign from Lomavita. Walsh on second, Brutcher on first. Doors up 2 in the top of the first inning. McNamee kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So 3 outs, 3 of them coming from the strikeout from McNamee, but not before Corey Collins and Jacob Walsh take advantage. Collins had himself a solo home run. Walsh had a 2-run RBI double. And it's Falmouth that leads Cotuit by a score of 2-0 as we head into the bottom of the first inning. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. Well, if you're just joining us, you're not too late, but you did miss some. Corey Collins had a solo home run in the top of the first inning. 2 batters later, Jacob Walsh drove in Peyton Stovall in an RBI double. Your score? 2-0. The Commodores over to Kettleers as we head into the bottom of the first inning. With Logan Safarenko and our field reporter Carter Bainbridge, I'm Trey Redfield. Will Johnston is on the mound today. He's thrown 3 innings so far, and Logan, he's making his first start today with Falmouth. He has 2 relief appearances. First time he's getting the ball to start things off.
Yeah, and it's something that we're going to see a lot in the late parts of the season with a lot of starting pitchers getting shut down because of innings limits. Keep your eye on that because Grayson Hitt, he got shut down and sent home because of his innings limit. Coach wants him back, so let's see what Johnson's got in the tank. I'm not necessarily sure how long he'll go today, whereas McNamee realistically should only go 1 or 2 innings.
This is the lineup that Johnson is facing, starting with Tommy Troy, followed by him is Carter Trice. CJ Capus is hitting 3rd, Tyler Johnson hitting 4th, Caleb Lomavita hitting 5th. In the 6th spot is Eddie Park, Josh Pearson hitting 7th, Caleb Ketchup is hitting 8th for the Cats, and rounding out the Cotuit order is Colby Wilkerson. So Troy in the right-handed batter's box to lead things off. He's playing shortstop today coming out of Stanford. It's a lefty on righty matchup, and the first pitch from Johnston is too high, ball 1. Troy with the Cardinal this season. Started in 46 games as the 1-0 comes in. This is high for ball 2 yet again. Hit .339 this season with the Cardinals, 7 home runs and 23 RBIs. Stanford, a team that made it to the College World Series. along with Johnston School and Texas A&M. The 2-0. Swinging the bouncer over to the left side. Nicholas has it but lost it. It's an E5 to start things off. And that was Alex Mooney's ball. Nicholas was moving all the way over to his left side. Mooney was ready to field it. Some miscommunication there on the left side of the infield. My question is, does that happen with Colby Halter over there?
Well, obviously, seeing Nicholas at third isn't a sore sight. We've seen him play third at Oklahoma just a little bit, but not with the Falmouth Commodores. So, obviously, we have a great angle looking right at Mooney in the 6-hole. E5, got to work around it. Second game in a row where the Doors have committed an error.
So here's Carter Trice. He's in left field today for the Kettleers, where he's hitting .203 this season. Chestnut from the stretch. Misses inside with a slider at 87 miles an hour. Ball 1. Trice is playing at NC State this upcoming season, but last year with Old Dominion, he was one of the best players in the Conference USA. His first team all-conference at Old Dominion. So 1-0 comes in. It's a rope to the left side, but it goes foul and out of play.
Thank
Count is
goodness.
even at 1. That was a smoke show.
He's very familiar with this ballpark. He played with the Cats last summer as well.
It's another lefty on righty matchup. Troy leads off first base thanks to a leadoff E5. Johnston comes set, looks over at first and fires, and it plunks him. Bouncing off the left thigh, Trice will go to first base thanks to a hit by pitch. Troy will go over to second. That's not how you want to start things off, partner.
Well, we mentioned how Jerron Watts-Brown yesterday only had 1 walk, but the pitching staff for the Falmouth Commodores throughout the rest of the game walked 5 batters and hit 2 batters. So command has got to be absolutely crucial and focused on the pitcher's mound today.
So there's 2 on, no one gone in this bottom half of the first inning. Falmouth leading Cotuit by a score of 2-0. Here's C.J. Capis, the designated hitter out of Miami, who hit over .350 this season. And also, that came in his freshman season, by the way. Nothing too crazy. First pitch to him. Slider misses outside, ball 1. Johnson comes set, working from the stretch, looks back at second. Kicks and fires. Fastball outside, ball 2. Capis this season's hitting .302. He's one of 3 active players on this Kettleer team to be hitting over .300 this season. Has 7 RBIs, trying to bump up that number a little bit more with 2 on and no one gone in this bottom half of the first. Johnston still looking for his first out. Kicks and fires. Swinging a ground ball on the right side. This could be 2. Stow ball to Mooney for 1. Over to first for 2. It's a 4-6-3 double play. That's exactly what Falmouth needed, and it got it. Moving over to third is Troy. He's 90 feet away from scoring. There's 2 gone in the bottom of the first inning. Doors up 2.
Love seeing Peyton Stovall over there at second base. Just so slick and routine. You talked about the first base with the Razorbacks this past year. But what a double play.
Here's Tyler Johnson, an all-star selection for Cotuit. Sitting cleanup today. He's at .289 this season. Lefty on lefty duel. First pitch. Curveball finds the zone on the outer half for strike 1. So we give you the field real quick for the Doors. Josiah Cromwick behind the plate. Jacob Walsh at first base. Peyton Stovall at second. Jackson Nicholas at third. Alex Mooney over at shortstop. 0-1. Swing and a miss. A nasty slider from Johnson. It's now 0-2. The outfield from left to right. Travis Chestnut in left field. Luke Boyers in center. Taking over for Andrew Pinckney, who's hoping to get his name called either today or tomorrow in this year's MLB draft. And in right field, as usual, is Drew Brutcher. Troy's on third base. He's the only man on for the Cats after a 4-6-3 double play was turned. 0-2 the count, 2 gone, bottom 1. The pitch. Curveball misses just a bit outside. It's now 1-2.
No better spot for that first strikeout for Johnston.
You got to be careful with Tyler Johnson at the plate. He has 6 home runs this season. We don't know the home run derby field yet in the CCBL All-Star game, but expect Johnson to be there. 1-2 pitch. Fastball, he got him on strikes. Johnson paints the outer half and gets out of a jam. Let's go to the top of the second inning where Chestnut, Boyers, and Mooney are due up. The Doors lead the Cats by a score of 2-0 here at Lowell Park. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. We're into the top of the second inning here at Lowell Park. Doors leading the Cats by a score of 2-0, and already there's a new pitcher for Cotuit. This was a little bit expected, but not expected this quickly. Cole McNamee just 1 inning of work, giving up 2 hits, 2 earned runs, a couple of walks, and 3 strikeouts. Logan, he's paving way to Ty Johnson, who has a 3.68 ERA, making his 7th appearance in 14 2/3 innings pitched. What did he do in college, though?
Yeah, right-handed pitcher from Ball State, a 5.14 ERA, brought that down here on Cape Cod. 14 appearances, all of them were starts. 70 innings on the bump, 40 earned runs. He walked 12, struck out 70, allowed 8 home runs, 304 batters faced.
First man he's facing today is Travis Chestnut in the 8th spot for the Doors, playing left field. Righty on righty duel, first pitch. On the outer half of the zone for strike 1, and I'm a little bit shocked with not the call, but Chestnut not showing bunt. It feels like every time he comes up to the plate, Travis Chestnut is showing that he's going to bunt. Not the case there, though. 0-1. Low and away, fastball at 93 miles an hour, count even at 1. Chestnut has been phenomenal recently in the outfield, a spot that he's not really used to. But he made a diving catch against the Bourne Braves a couple of days ago, almost sealing the 4-3 win. That came in the 8th. Joey Ryan did his work with a 5-out save, taking it into the 9th as Chestnut looks at ball 2 outside. So it's now 2-1 on the newest Texas A&M Aggie, coming over from Temple College, where he stole 35 bases in JUCO ball. 2-1. Outside again, fastball at 92 miles an hour this time. Chestnut is ahead 3-1.
Well, he talked about him showing bunt on the first pitch. He was doing that in BP at Hyannis the other night, and Ryan Eiley actually said, use it. Use that to your advantage. See it in the game.
He's 3 for 15 this season. 3-1 pitch. High and tight, ball 4. It's a leadoff walk for Travis Chestnut. And Logan, I mentioned the stolen bases that he's had in junior college. Cotuit does not want to have that man on the base paths today, Travis Chestnut.
They're going to have to rely a little bit on Caleb Lomavita behind the plate.
He's got the arm. He's shown it this season. It's helped him be an all-star selection for the Kettleers. Here's Luke Boyers in center field today, switch hitter out of TCU. Righty on lefty duel, he shows bunt, pulls it back. Chestnut goes, throw down the second, not in time. So it's strike one on Boyers, but Travis Chestnut has himself a stolen base. It's his second on the season.
I got scared for a second there. Third base umpire Charles Furlong almost had to wait a little bit and then went into the safe call. Safe by about 2 feet, but these past couple of days we've had to wait a little bit with these umpires making some calls.
Let's find out what Boyers can do with Chestnut on second. Commodores leading the Kettleers 2-0 in the top of the second inning with no one gone. The 0-1 from Johnson. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Boyers this season is 4 of 36. He's hitting 111 on the year. Still looking for that first RBI. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Boyers half swings at that one as he goes down with a K. There have been 4 outs in these top halves. All of them have come from strikeouts.
Yeah, a little cross up, if you will, with the batter and the pitcher there. But back to Travis Chestnut's steal. That's only his second one here on Cape Cod. You mentioned him getting in the mid-30s at Temple, but came in as a pinch runner these past couple of days, so they love his speed.
Came in as a pinch runner yesterday, a 4-4 tie against the Gateman in the bottom of the ninth. Here's Alex Mooney as Johnson peeks back over at second, pretends like he's going to throw it to Chestnut, but there's no one there. Wilkerson hanging around with Chestnut over at second base, cheating a little bit towards the bag, leaving more of an open hole on the right side of the infield. Mooney at the plate, righty-on-righty duel. First pitch, outside, ball one. And at bat ago, Mooney was swinging at that. He went down on 3 pitches. But this time around, he's a little bit more disciplined. He's ahead 1-0. He's one of the all-stars on this team for Falmouth. Being added as a utility player, even though he's played shortstop for about 95% of the season at least. Johnson with the 1-0. Chestnut goes. Strike one. Throw down the third is not in time. Another stolen base from Travis Chestnut. So they actually called a ball. I thought it was a strike. It looks like it from our vantage point behind home plate, but it's now 2-0 on Mooney, and Chestnut's now 90 feet away from scoring and extending the Falmouth lead to 3.
Infield coming in now.
2-0 your score. Infield hanging on the top of the infield grass. Swinging a bouncer on the left side. Diving play by Ketchup. The thrower to first. He got him. Oh, what a play by Caleb Ketchup. The run comes in to score, but man, you got to give Ketchup some effort on that one. That was not only full extension, but a rocket across the diamond. 3-0 your score now. 2 gone in the top of the second.
Full extension there.
That's one of the best plays I've ever seen in the infield. You know that? That was nasty.
That was something. Wait, we'll take the run, though.
Yeah, Alex Mooney may need to call 911, though, because he just got robbed. It's now Corey Collins at the plate. He's already hit a solo home run today. Let's find out if he does it here. First pitch. Swinging a line drive right to shortstop. Tommy Troy didn't even have to move. He makes the grab to close out the top of the second. The Commodores add one more thanks to Alex Mooney on a 5-3 RBI groundout. So we head into the bottom of the second inning. 3-0 your score. Doors over to Cats. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. The Commodores tack on another as we head into the bottom of the second inning. Falmouth leading Cotuit by a score of 3-0 with Logan Soforenko and Carter Bainbridge. I'm Trey Redfield. Falmouth getting one in the top half thanks to an RBI groundout by Alex Mooney. As Will Johnson is on for his second inning of work, and it starts against Caleb Lomavita, the catcher out of Cal, who is an all-star this season for the Cats. Lefty on righty matchup. First pitch from Johnston. Fastball outside, ball one. Lomavita has served as the mostly everyday catcher for Cotuit this year. As the 1-0 comes in, swinging a fly ball right field. Rutcher moving over to his left, and he's gonna let it drop. It bounces and it goes, oh no, it's gone! That's a solo home run. I thought that bounced before the fence, but instead it's a leadoff solo home run. Caleb Lomavita cuts into the deficit. It's now 3-1 Doors with no one gone in the bottom of the second inning. I thought that bounced.
Well, I think it's kept on carrying. You mentioned the wind. Is the flagpole kind of blowing that way right now? That's out in left center field. Deficit cut. These Cotuit Kettleers know how to respond with a long ball to cut into a Falmouth lead, that's for sure.
These two have the best slugging and also lead the league in home runs. First pitch to Eddie Park, lefty on lefty duel. Slider misses outside, ball one. But we don't have the best vantage point here at Lowell Park. This place is great, and it's a fun place to call a game, but it is really hard to see down that right field line. 1-0 is hit foul to the left side, so the count is now even at 1.
What happened is, this is one of those ballparks where the fence is pretty clear out there.
Yeah.
So it's hard to differentiate what's in front of the wall and what's in play.
Park, the center fielder out of Stanford, looks at strike two on the outer half. Tell you what, this is something the Kettleers have really struck gold with. You know, we talked about how their starting 9 is basically all getting drafted today. As the 1-2 comes in, curveball misses high. It's now 2-2, but Mike Roberts has really struck gold with the Stanford guys that he has found. Eddie Park, Tommy Troy. These are guys who are getting it done day in and day out. 2-2 pitch, strike 3, caught looking. Johnson, going with the slider. And there is one gone in the bottom of the second inning. I keep doing that. I wish they didn't go to Texas A&M. I always mix up their names. I feel so bad every time I do it. Gosh. You make me feel bad over there, too, because you're laughing at me. Ah, Logan.
You talking to Carter Bainbridge or you talking to me?
I'm talking to both of you. I'm actually talking to both of you. First pitch to Josh Pearson misses outside, low and away for ball one. The wind is picking up a little bit. Some dirt picking up as well. As the wind is also going towards the outfield fence. So Josh Pearson, right fielder out of LSU. In the batter's box, lefty on lefty duel for 1-0. Swinging a ground ball on the right side. Stovall has it at shortstop, takes a couple of steps, fires over to first in time for the second out, beating Pearson by 3 steps.
Let's go, Caleb!
3-1 your score, Falmouth in front of Cotuit with 2 gone in the bottom of the second inning.
How about this name? They signed this kid, what, about a week ago from Lipscomb?
Yep. Caleb Ketchup. Comes out of Lipscomb where he started in 57 games, hitting .284. Lefty on righty matchup. As Johnson has his sign from Cromwick and Deals. Fastball on the inner corner for strike 1.
That's a lefty on righty pitch right there.
Ketchup transferred from Georgia last season. He did not play a single game with the Bulldogs as the 0-1 misses outside. Count is even. You said it. Ketchup just signed a week ago. Doesn't have too many at-bats under his name yet to have a qualified batting average as the 1-1 comes in. Misses low and inside. It's now 2-1 on Johnson.
He's got a spectacular play at third base to his name,
oh
now
my
that's
goodness.
for sure.
That was a great play. It was a bouncer to the left side. Caleb Ketchup went full extension to his right over at third base. Got up, threw it over to first, and retired Mooney by a good amount, too. He beat him by 2 steps. It was one of the finest plays that I have seen this season.
I will second you on that, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, it was just wow. It wowed me.
I don't know. Watch Brown covering first yesterday. That was pretty electric.
That was
as
smooth
well.
too, but Ketchup went full extension. He's ahead 2-1. Here's the pitch. Fouled back, bouncing off the backstop. It's now 2-2.
He was fired up about that yesterday too.
Who, Jerron?
Watts Brown, oh yeah. Because the throw was not a good one. He picked it up.
He has that ability to show off the defense too. 2-2 pitch, swinging a line drive left side, caught by Nicholas, and that is how the second inning ends. Cotuit gets on the board thanks to a leadoff solo home run from Kayla Lomavita that snuck right out of here in right field. We go to the top of the third inning with the Doors leading the Cats 3-1. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. The heart of the order coming up for the Commodores in the top of the third inning. They lead the Kettleers by a score of 3-1. Stovall, Walsh, Cromwick, 3-4-5, due up for Falmouth. Ty Johnson on the mound for his second inning of work, taking on Stovall for the first time today. Last time the second baseman was up, he walked on a 3-2 count. Righty on lefty matchup, Johnson from the stretch. Fastball at the letters, enough for strike one. That's something Stovall has been able to do this season really well. Not just, put balls in play, find the gaps, but the way he works counts is exceptional. 0-1. Way high and outside. That one doesn't even get the glove of Lomavita. It's now 1-1. I mean, you got the tip of the glove, but that's really about it.
Well, this kid doesn't get retired much via way of the K. 2 strikeouts coming into today, and realistically, one of them was a wonky one.
Yeah, the first one that Stovall had, he was calling time, and it wasn't granted, so he was nowhere near ready for the 2-strike pitch. The 1-1 is swung on, and a line shot caught by Troy over the middle. Tommy Troy moving a little bit to his left, jumping and extending the left hand to make the grab for the first out in the top of the third inning. Not a bad play over there by the Stanford Cardinal.
Oh, these Stanford kids, man.
They're good. They're really good.
Well, they had such a deep run in the postseason. It's Pac-12 kids. There's a couple of good schools out there, and they do some good work.
And you see it firsthand, too. You're from there.
I don't see Stanford much. I believe the last I did see a Stanford.
You see a lot of UCLA and USC.
I did
though.
see a UCLA-Stanford game in 2021, though.
Here's Jacob Walsh. He plays in the Pac-12. He swings and misses at strike one. Plays at Oregon this season, where he had a lot of impact, starting in almost every single game that Oregon played in, about 50, I think 53 of them this season. He is 1 for 1 today with an RBI double, and has now worked the count back even to 1. Walsh is from Las Vegas, where he had 295 this season for the Ducks, with 6 home runs and 38 RBIs.
55 starts. There you go.
There you go. 1-1. Swinging a bouncer on the right side. Picked up at first base by Johnson. Tossed over to first base, where Ty Johnson is there to make the snag for the 3-1 putout. Someone just said that out loud, and they took the words right out of my mouth.
Tyler to
Johnson.
tie.
Yeah,
Tyler to tie.
Yeah, that's one of the things you have to work with when you call a game for the Kettleers, right?
I was corrected in pregame meetings. You had to specify Ty and Tyler Johnson.
Yes. Here's Josiah Cromwick. First pitch from Johnson. Outside, ball 1. Cromwick went down swinging on 3 pitches last time he was up. That came at the top of the first inning, where all 3 outs came via the K. 1-0. Fastball too low. Ball 2. Lomavita tried to bring it up a little bit, trying to frame job, Ronaldo Cockrum, the home plate umpire, but no dice. It's now 2-0 on Cromwick. 2 gone in this top of the third inning. Doors up 2. Johnson deals. That one's too high. Going with the slider at 79 miles an hour. It's now 3-0. So something a little bit different this time around, knowing Cromwick, like I mentioned, went down at 3 pitches. He has looked at 3 pitches and ahead 3-0. The pitch. Strike 1. How about Johnson going with something other than the fastball there? It looks like a changeup on the outer half.
Yes.
Not often do you see pitchers do that, go with something other than the fastball to get back into the count. 3-1. Fastball swinging a nub to the right side, foul. Tyler Johnson gave it chase, sprinting to his left, but had enough room to make the play, just didn't have enough time before the ball was going to drop. So now the count is full on Cromwick with 2 gone. Commodores leading the Kettleers by a score of 3-1 in this top half of the third inning. 2 spot put up by Falmouth in the first, 1 in the second. Johnson comes set, working from the stretch with no one on. Payoff pitch, too high, ball 4. Cromwick wins the battle. Not a bad at-bat there from Josiah Cromwick. And now brings up Drew Brutcher.
We're not even through 3 innings right now, but the Falmouth Commodores, as a team, have forced 4 walks.
It's not too shabby. It's just something that the Doors have been doing in this month of July that's helped them be successful. Work at bats. Find their way on base, whether it's a walk, an error, or a base hit. Pick off, move over to first, nothing doing. Cromwick gets in safely.
They did
Tyler
yesterday,
Johnson
too.
didn't even apply attack. You were saying?
They did it yesterday, too.
Yeah.
They walked 4 times in the first 3 innings. And then after that, only 1 walk through the rest of the game, and it was Corey Collins.
Righty on lefty matchup. Johnson still from the stretch. The runner on first. First pitch to Brutcher. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Brutcher walked on 4 pitches last time up. Comes out of South Florida, where he played in just 43 games this season, hitting .299. Cromwick over at first base. Inside, picked up by Lomavita with the backhand, moving over to his right, and the count is 1-1. Brutcher started in all 43 of his games, but played most of them in center field. 28 of them came in center, 15 as a designated hitter, leading the Bulls in home runs with 13 and walks with 37. 1-1 pitch. Too high, ball 2. Lomavita pops up quickly. Trying to hang around with Cromwick. He popped up, looked right over at first base. But Cromwick getting back over there without a throw, so it's now 2-1. Pickoff move over to first. Cromwick in there safely once again without attack.
It's the 3rd time we've seen that. Cromwick not a base-stealing threat per se, but Doors have been picked off a lot this year.
The 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And it's come recently too. You know, in June we didn't see really anyone get picked off, but this year we've seen, or this month we've seen, what, 3 pickoffs this season?
Has to be. And the Doors pitching staff has yet to pick somebody off on their end.
2-2 the count, 2 gone. Doors up 3-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Drew Brutcher goes down swinging for the first time today. Ty Johnson grabs his 2nd strikeout as we head into the bottom of the 3rd inning. 3-1 your score, Falmouth in front of Cotuit. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. Welcome back to Lowell Park. The Commodores leading the Kettleers by a score of 3-1 in this bottom of the third inning. And Logan, they were talking about the All-Stars on the PA for Cotuit, so why not talk about our All-Stars? 5 of them picked for Falmouth this season. Philip Abner, Colby Halter, Joey Ryan, Alex Mooney, and Andrew Pinckney. Not a bad selection group right there.
All deservingly so, and I really do think that Philip Abner's recent starts have earned him that selection, and especially that relief outing where he tossed 5 innings, allowing 1 run. It was an unearned run. That really put him in the consideration right there. So the Florida coach has got to be happy with their boys contributing on the Falmouth end and earning all-star selections.
July 23rd is the All-Star game at Spillane Field in Wareham.
And will the lights work? That's the question.
The answer, hopefully so. Will Johnston taking on Colby Wilkerson. He swings at the first pitch, line drive in the center field, down for a base hit. He's going to try for 2. Boyers throws it in. Mooney throwing into second, and getting in there safely is Colby Wilkerson. That Falmouth outfield was playing pretty deep out there in the Lowell Park outfield. But you know what? Colby Wilkerson takes advantage with a leadoff double in just 1 pitch in the bottom of the third.
Well, the second that left the bat, you knew that thing was going to go to the gap. Whether or not it got cut off, that was up to Luke Boyers. But as he rounded first base, that being Colby Wilkerson, he kicked it into high gear as if it was a racehorse getting in the final leg of the race. He got in there safely. Throw wasn't the best as Mooney had to bring it in and then deliver the throw to Peyton Stovall, who was covering second. Leadoff double for the Cats, top of the order up now.
And it's the tying run, too. Tommy Troy at the plate, who's 0 for 1 today. He got on base via an E5 from Jackson Nicholas. Johnson working from the stretch, looks back at second where Wilkerson is, and fires. Fastball a little bit above the knees, strike 1 at 89 miles an hour. Johnson making his first start today for the Commodores. He's on for his 3rd inning of work, which would double his total amount this season as a reliever. 0-1 pitch. In the dirt, blocked by Cromwell, keeping it in front of him. The count is even at 1 on Troy.
Well, Troy caught a big break back in the first inning on the E5, but Troy made a name for himself having I believe he had a 2-home run day here at Lowell Park just the other week.
He did. He's really popped off this season. He earned an all-star selection for Cotuit this year. 1-1. Curveball, right down Broadway. Strike 2. That was a nasty pitch from Johnston.
That's the kind of breaking ball you want from a lefty on righty. Catch the outside part of the zone, deke the batter, and get on more of the middle parts.
Wilkerson leads off second. 1-2 the count on Troy with no one gone in the bottom of the third inning. Commodores up 3-1 as Johnston steps off the mound, pretends like he's going to throw it over to second. Payne Stovall cheating the bag over there at second base, leaving an open hole in the right side of the infield. Johnston with the 1-2. Fastball too low. Count even. Now at 2. The outfield straight up, playing a little bit back than usual. Stovall still hanging around over at second base. 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Fastball, line shot left side. Mooney can't get it, extending to his right. It rolls into the outfield where Chestnut is in left. It's a single for Tommy Troy. Moving over to third is Wilkerson. So now there are runners at the corners with no one gone in the bottom of the third inning. Doors up 2. Carter Trice serving as the go-ahead run.
Boy, they're just loading this lineup up with right-handed hitters, and it's been working for him. First time we've seen back-to-back base hits, but it's also back-to-back innings where the Cotuit Kettleers have had leadoff knocks. Of course, the leadoff knock in the second inning was a little different with the solo home run off the bat of Caleb Lomavita. And here comes Trice.
Last time Carter Trice was up, he got hit by a pitch. That came in the bottom of the first inning. Wilkerson on third, Troy on first. No one gone, bottom 3, doors up 2. First pitch from Chestnut. Curveball, swing, and a shot down the left field. Chestnut's going back, and it bounces off the wall. Coming in to score is Wilkerson. Chestnut picks it up, throwing into the infield. Getting in the third, standing up is Tommy Troy. And getting in the second, standing up is Carter Trice with an RBI double. That was a rope down the left field line. It bounced off the 320 sign next to the foul pole in left field.
Well, you got to give credit right there to the home plate umpire, Ronaldo Cochran. He found that thing all the way till the end when it dropped, because that was a little bit closer to the line than Carter Trice would have liked it to be. But 1-run game now, and 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out for the Cats.
And the guy in the 3 spots coming up to the plate, C.J. Capus, who grounded into a double play last time up. got Johnson out of a jam, but now 3-2 is your score with still no one gone in this bottom of the third inning. Lefty on lefty matchup. Johnson with the first pitch, swinging a bouncer right side, foul. So it's 0-1 on the Miami Hurricane, who hit .366 this season. So lefty on lefty matchup. Johnson working from the stretch. Gets his sign from Cromwick. 0-1. Curveball too high. Ball one.
2 times this inning we've seen base hits on the first pitch of the at-bat. Trice did that, and Colby Wilkerson's leadoff double was on the first pitch. So they like what they see off of Johnston.
Troy leads off third. Trice leads off second. Capus with an opportunity to give Cotuit at least a tie. The 1-1. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike two. 3-2 is your score. Falmouth in front of Cotuit. We're in the bottom of the third inning with nobody out and 2 men on base. It's been 3 straight base hits for Cotuit in this bottom half. One from Wilkerson, another from Troy, and another from Trice. The 1-2. Misses outside. Count even at 2. A win today for the Doors will secure the season series against the Cats. These two play each other one more time in the last game of the season. That will come at Gov Fuller Field. 2 on, no one gone. 2-2 the count on Capus. Johnson fires. Misses low and outside. The count is full. Tommy Troy is on third. Carter Trice is on second. C.J. Capus trying to beat Will Johnson in a 3-2 battle. Southpaw gets his sign, comes set from the stretch, and deals the payoff. Fastball misses outside, ball 4. The Doors are in some trouble. The bases are loaded with nobody out. 3-2 is your score. Falmouth in front of Cotuit. And it's Tyler Johnson coming up to the plate.
You bet Mike Landry's coming out to talk with Will Johnson.
He's doing just that right now. Trying to be situational, calm him down. Tell you what, just looking from here, Johnson does look a little rattled.
We're talking about Tommy Troy, who had that single, which was the second at bat of this inning. Was it him that had, on his first game with the Cotuit Kettleers, a walk-off solo home run?
Tommy Troy?
Yeah, or was that some? I believe that was Troy.
Yeah, he's on third base right now.
But these, I mean, you talk about the guys that are going to the MLB draft, all the guys, Brooks Baldwin, Cam Collier, Karros. They got guys that are going to fill the void. We're not seeing Bradfield Jr. in this lineup because, obviously, just getting here from a couple days, he was with USA, but you mentioned he finished perfect on the season with Vanderbilt in stolen bases, 46 for 46.
Enrique Bradfield has been a name that we've been keeping an eye on all season. We may see him today, but it'll probably be confirmed that we'll see him on August 2nd, final day of the regular season. So here's Tyler Johnson. He went down looking his first time up, has a golden opportunity here to give the Kettleers their first lead today. Bases loaded, no one gone, bottom third, Doors up 3-2. First pitch from Johnston. Curveball that sails high, ball 1. It's going above the letters.
That's something I get used to here, is hearing the have a hit chant over the PA. Not used to that. They love it, though. The grandstands are packed today.
It's always packed here in Cotuit. I'll tell you what. I look at the left side. That grandstand is full. 1-0. Fastball swinging a ground ball right side. Walsh picks it up, throws to second for 1. Mooney has it, throw over to first for 2. Not in time. Johnson was off the bag. Troy comes in to score. It's now a 3-3 ball game with 1 gone in the top of the third. So now there are runners at the corners for the Kettleers. So the bleeding not done yet for the Doors. But you get some of it at least. At least you have an out, right?
I told you about Watts Brown covering yesterday. Makes you realize how important it is sometimes. And for the throw from the first baseman to the pitcher to be good. A little high as Will Johnson wasn't on the bag.
Yeah, you don't want this guy up. Caleb Lomavita hit a leadoff solo home run last bottom half. First pitch from Johnson. Fastball in the dirt, blocked by Cromwick, ball 1.
I think it's very important that they keep Tyler Johnson over there at first base because your double play ball is still there.
Stovall a little bit more towards that second base. Trying to draw a double play here. That's something the Commodores really need right now. They've turned one already today in the first. 1-0. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike 1, count even.
Well, Tyler Johnson, not necessarily a base-stealing threat, just one swipe bag this year. But how about that breaking ball from Johnston?
Carter Trice is on third, Johnson on first. Runners at the corners, 1 gone, top of the third. Bottom of the third, excuse me, we're tied at 3. 1-1. Swinging a pop-up on the right side. Stovall coming out, Rutcher coming in. He makes the grab, trying to come home with the score is Trice. The throw to the plate is not in time. The Kettleers are in front thanks to a sacrifice fly from Caleb Lomavita.
Well, it's the unselfish baseball that's going to win any day of the week. Rutcher's throw had enough on it to get to home plate on the line, but not enough to get Trice at home plate.
So Eddie Park coming up with the Cats in front. 4-3 your score. 2 gone in the bottom of the third inning. The only man on now is Tyler Johnson. It's a big inning for the Cats. 3 runs put up in this bottom half. Lefty on lefty duel. Johnson from the stretch looks over at first and deals. Fastball misses outside, a little bit low too. It's ball 1. The infield back to a normal depth at the middle infield of Mooney and Stovall, shortstop and second. We're a little bit closer to that second base bag. 1-0. Curveball right down the pipe. Count even at 1.
That's a hanger right there. That could have been a very, very dangerous pitch. This Park would have loved to pull that thing.
Park is 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. 1-1. Slider misses outside. Cromwell keeping it in front of him. Not really having much of an issue with it either. It's now 2-1 on Park. He's playing center field today. Tyler Johnson leads off first base. Got himself an RBI fielder's choice a couple of moments ago. 2-1 comes in. Another hanging breaking ball. Park thought about it. Didn't even swing. It's now 2-2.
Went to it on pitch number 2 of the at-bat, then to pitch number 4 of the at-bat. So they always say don't throw the things back to back if you want the ball to stay in the yard, especially on a breaking ball.
Let's find out what Johnson does on pitch number 5. 2-2 the count. He deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Park goes down swinging for the second time today, but not before Cotuit erupts. A 3 spot put up in the bottom of the third inning. We go to the top of the fourth with the Commodores trailing by a score of 4-3. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. The Commodores with some work to do going into the top of the fourth inning, trailing the Kettleers by a score of 4-3 after Cotuit put up 3 in the bottom half of the third inning. Ty Johnson is on for his third inning of work, taking on Jackson Nicholas to start off the fourth. First pitch, Nicholas shows bunt, he pulls back, ball one, missing inside. It's a righty on lefty matchup, Johnson out of Ball State. Taking on Nicholas, the Oklahoma Sooner. 1-0 the count, here's the pitch. Misses low with the changeup, it's now 2-0 on Nicholas, who went down swinging today in the first.
I know you love hearing this from me about the schools, but Ball State, fantastic theater school.
Yes, the Cardinals from Muncie, Indiana.
Fantastic theater school.
Great communication school, too, by the way. 2-0. Swing and a miss, strike one to David Letterman, School of Communications. A couple of years ago, he pitched in $15 million. Ball State, a top comm school in America, thanks to Letterman. Johnson working from the stretch. Nobody on, no one gone. 2-1. Too high. 3-1 now on Nicholas. Working into a hitter's count. Nicholas in a little bit of a Cape League slump. He only has one hit this season, and it came in one of his first at-bats of the year. 3-1 pitch. Misses low, ball four. It's a leadoff walk for Jackson Nicholas.
It's now 5 walks for the Falmouth Commodore offense. So it's nice that they're not replicating the trend of yesterday, walking 4 times in the first 3 and then not getting their next walk till the 8th inning. Being very selective up there. Granted, they're pitches that are pretty easy to take when those fastballs just aren't hitting the zone.
So here's Travis Chestnut. Has himself a walk today. He's 3 of 15 on the season. Nicholas on first. First pitch to Travis. He shows bunt. He lays it down on the left side. Charging his Ketchup, and he bumps right into his pitcher, Johnson. The ball gets away as well a little bit, but Ketchup scoops it right back up. Going over to second is Nicholas, but Chestnut's aboard with an infield single. That's Falmouth's third hit today, and it comes with some collision.
Well, they do indeed rule out a single, and I kind of held my breath as they charged in on that one because we saw Ketchup make a very fine play the beginning parts of the second inning. His ball all the way, but that's what Travis Chestnut does. Ryan Niley wants him to use it. He's doing it.
Told him to take advantage, and Chestnut did just that. I didn't even really hear anyone call that with Ketchup or Johnson. Here's Luke Boyers in the left-handed batter's box. His first pitch, he shows bunt as well. He pulls it back as it goes high and away for ball one. Boyers went down swinging on 3 pitches in the second inning, but has an opportunity to put his team back in front here. Wilkerson now moving over to second base to hold on Nicholas. It was Troy for a second, but Wilkerson says, hey, I'll take over. 1-0 the count. 2 on, no one gone. Top 4, Doors trailing by 1. Johnson peeking back at second, not once but twice, and steps off. Tell you what, Jackson Nicholas does have some speed over there. There is speed on the base pass right now. Nicholas on second, Chestnut on first, who stole 35 bags this season with Temple Community College.
Nicholas only stole 6 with the Sooners, but still, speed is speed.
He's got good speed over there. 1-0. Boyer shows bunt. He lays it down up the middle. Johnson picks it up, throws it over to first, and beats Boyers. No, he didn't! The ball was dropped by Tyler Johnson. Coming in the score is Nicholas. We're tied at 4 in the top of the first. Well, a miscue by Tyler Johnson at first base, botching it with his glove, leads Nicholas with some heads-up base running coming in the score, and we have a tie ball game yet again.
Small ball at Lowell Park and errors, weird ones against the Falmouth Commodores. It's just a trend. We saw this in matchup number 1.
So Chestnut's at second base. Boyers is on first. Both teams now have an error. These are the 2 worst fielding teams on Cape Cod. The Kettleers have 39 errors this season. That's the second most. The Commodores have 43. That is the most.
And yet Cotuit is first in the West off of that fantastic start.
Yeah, what was it, 9-0-1?
9 wins, no losses, and a tie.
And that one tie came against none other than the Falmouth Commodores.
And an E5.
Good one. Braden Taylor was the one that let the ball get through his legs in the first road matchup for the Doors against the Cats, resulting in a 3-3 tie back in June. Back at the top of the order with Alex Mooney, who is 0 for 2 today with an RBI ground out. Chestnut on second, pickoff move over there, nothing doing as the throw almost got away from Johnson. Wilkerson making the catch, having to step off the bag, moving to his left. Chestnut getting in safely without a tag. On first base is Boyers. It's a righty-on-righty matchup. The corners are in on the infield. Ketchup hanging out in the grass along with Johnson over at first base. Another pickoff move. Throw over. Nothing doing again. Not even a tag applied this time around. Just trying to focus on the lead runner is Ty Johnson. Mooney still awaiting that first pitch in his third at-bat. 4-4 your score, 2 on, no one gone, top of the fourth. First pitch to Mooney. In the dirt, blocked by Loma Vida. Going over to third is Chestnut, and that's a heads-up play right there. He knew Ketchup was in the grass with the corners in, and he takes advantage with an open base. That's heads-up base running right there from Travis Chestnut.
Let's call 3 words, read ball dirt. That's what they tell you on the bases. That's not necessarily proper English, but that's what you hear coaches say in all of baseball. Fantastic read ball dirt by Travis Chestnut.
So Travis is on third. Luke Boyers, he's on first base. Runners at the corners, no one gone. We're tied at 4 in the top of the fourth. 1-0 to Mooney. Curveball, Mooney lays off. That was a great eye from Alex, missing just a bit outside. It's now 2-0 on the Duke Blue Devil, who got better throughout his freshman season, hitting .292 down in Durham, North Carolina. Johnson working from the stretch, gets his sign from Loma Vida. Deals the 2-0. In the dirt again. Loma Vida blocks it. Going over to second is Boyers. The throw is not in time. How about Luke Boyers taking advantage on the wild pitch? They're now runners, both of them in scoring position. Boyers on second, Chestnut on third. 3-0 is the count on Mooney with no one gone in the top of the fourth. We're tied at 4.
You think we're getting 9 innings today?
Oh, man.
With the way these runs are going?
Well, I don't know that answer, but I do know that this is the last time this regular season that the Commodores will play at a stadium without lights. The entire infield comes in now, hanging out the top of the grass. 3-0, misses low, and it gets away from Loma Vida. Coming in the score is Chestnut, and it's a 5-4 Commodore lead. Falmouth is back in front. A wild pitch from Ty Johnson brings in Chestnut. Luke Boyers goes over to third. Alex Mooney walks on 4 straight pitches, and it now brings up Corey Collins, who hit a home run today in the top of the first.
Mike Roberts wants to chat it up with Ty Johnson. He's not signaling he's going to go to that bullpen just yet. We're looking to see him as he's looking in that direction. The Cotuit Kettleers bullpen over the left field wall here at Lowell Park. Mound visit right now.
So Mike Roberts talking it over with his infield, trying to calm Johnson down a little bit. There is some activity in the Cotuit bullpen. A couple of arms throwing down there in left field behind a couple of fans. Don't have the official numbers, but we'll figure it out if they do come in. 5-4 is your score. Runners are at the corners with nobody out. Falmouth just took the lead back from Cotuit thanks to Travis Chestnut coming in on a wild pitch that got away from Caleb Loma Vida, the catcher out of Cal. So it's Boyers on third. Alex Mooney's on first. He walked on 4 pitches, the first time he's gotten on base today. And Corey Collins is stepping up to the plate after this conference is done. And it's finally dispersed. Ronaldo Cockrum letting Roberts talk for a couple more seconds. I guess that's the luxury of being in this league for so long. You get a couple of more seconds to talk things over with your guys, and Cockrum respected that. I mean, both managers. Mike Roberts has been in this league for over 20 years. Jeff Trundy has been in this league for over 20 as well. A lot of them with the Falmouth Commodores, too. What exactly is Cockrum doing here?
I'm not sure what the home umpires are doing right now.
Oh, it was you know what it was? The umpires had the move. That's heads up umpiring there from Ronaldo Cockrum, telling his second member of his crew, Chuck Furlong, to move over to the left side of the infield. So now we're back in action. First pitch to Corey Collins. Inside, ball 1. I've never seen that before. And I got to give Cockrum some credit.
Absolutely, tip
that was
the cap.
awesome. I don't have a hat on, but hats off to you, Ronaldo. 1-0 the count on Collins, who is 1 for 2 today. Boyers on third. On first is Mooney. Pickoff play over to first base. Mooney gets in safely without a tag. Ty Johnson doing a lot of worrying about the base runners. He's got to worry about an out here. He hasn't gotten one yet in this top of the 4th inning. Falmouth leads by 1, 1-0 the count on Collins. An open hole on the left side. Caleb Ketchup moving over to his left a lot as the 1-0 comes in. It's blocked by Loma Vida. Mooney taking advantage. He went. He gets a stolen base as Loma Vida kept it in front of him. It's now 2-0.
Yeah, give him that stolen base.
Yeah.
He got that jump before that pitch was even released from Ty Johnson.
100%, I agree. So Mooney's now on second. Still on third is Boyers. 5-4 your score. Falmouth in front of Cotuit. 2-0 the count on Collins with no one gone in the top of the 4th. The pitch in the dirt. Lomavita blocks it with his glove. It's now 3-0.
Well, Ty Johnson, when he entered this game in the 2nd inning, he did walk a batter, but he settled in. Did not give up a base hit through his first 2 frames.
And that's going to be it.
Yeah.
Mike Roberts just saw 7 straight balls thrown by Ty Johnson, and he chooses to go to the bullpen for the 2nd time today.
In the middle of a count, too. It's 3-0 on Corey Collins.
And that's unusual for Mike Roberts.
Yeah.
Normally, he likes to go in between counts, but not when it's 3-0. So we'll tell you who the new pitcher is when we come back. Runners at the corners, no one gone in this top of the 4th inning. The count is 3-0 on Corey Collins. His Commodores are leading the Kettleers by a score of 5-4. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. Welcome back to Lowell Park. A lot going on right now. 5-4 is your score. The Commodores in front of the Kettleers. There are runners on second and third for Falmouth. Alex Mooney is on second. Luke Boyers on third. 3-0 is the count on Corey Collins. And mid-count, Mike Roberts went to a new pitcher. His name is Carson Swilling. Comes out of Auburn, right-handed pitcher, standing at 6'1" and 195 pounds. He's working from the windup against Collins, trying to get back into this count. Ty Johnson, who just came out after 2 innings of work, is responsible for both Boyers and Mooney on third and second, respectively. 3-0. Goes to the curveball to start off. Strike one.
Well, this year, struggled. 11.81 ERA and 5 1/3. Only 1 strikeout. He's walked 6.
Those are Swilling's numbers on Cape Cod. He had 21 appearances this season for the Tigers as he misses with another curveball on a 3-1 count. Collins is walked. The bases are loaded for Peyton Stovall with nobody out in this top of the 4th inning.
Would that go as a walk for Swilling? Would that be his walk, or would that be Johnson's?
That's a good question.
I'm actually very curious to
really
see how that would
question.
be scored. I believe that is Swilling's.
We're going to figure that out.
I believe that's Swilling's.
I would say it's Swilling's too, because he's the one that finished the count. Here's Peyton Stovall, righty on lefty duel. First pitch, outside, ball 1. Stovall with an opportunity to implode this game. 5-4 your score. The bases are loaded with nobody out in the top of the 4th inning here at Lowell Park. Falmouth in front of Cotuit. Swilling with the 1-0. Curveball misses outside, now 2-0. Falmouth has tied here and won here. Last time the Commodores were at Lowell Park was on July 4th. They took down the Kettleers 10-7. Swilling shakes off Loma Vida and gets it signed. 2-0 pitch. Changeup misses high and outside. It's now 3-0. That one was a close one. Had to wait a couple of seconds from Ronaldo Cockrum, home plate umpire. But it's now 3-0 on Stovall for the 3rd straight batter. We've seen a 3-0 count. Here's the 3-0. Fastball right down the middle. Strike 1.
And should he walk here, Luke Boyers would come in to score, giving Stovall an RBI.
RBI base on balls. You don't hear that often. 3-1 pitch. Swinging a pop-up left side, fouling out of play. The count is full. Boyers on 3rd, Mooney on 2nd, Collins on 1st. The bases are loaded in the top of the 4th inning with nobody out, and Falmouth is in front of Cotuit 5-4. The Commodore win today and a Gateman loss would put Falmouth back in playoff position in 4th place in the Western Division. 3-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball on the right side at 2nd. Wilkerson has it, tosses a 2nd for 1, over to 1st for 2. It's a double play, but coming in the score is Boyers. So despite the 4-6-3 double play, Falmouth extends its lead up to 2. 6-4 your score, 2 gone in the top of the 4th inning with Alex Mooney on 3rd base and Jacob Walsh stepping up for the 3rd time tonight.
Well, for Cotuit right here, outs, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Simply. Righty on lefty matchup, first pitch to Walsh. Curveball too high, ball 1. So after Stovall turned a 4-6-3 double play in the 1st, he grounds into 1 here in the 4th. Walsh is 0 for 1 today with a line out to short. 1-0 pitch, too low, ball 2. Alex Mooney 90 feet away from scoring after walking on 4 pitches. Carson Swilling on the mound for the Cats, 2-0. Outside, 3-0. Kettleers having some control issues right now. McNamee walked a couple. Ty Johnson walked 4. Swilling has walked 1. Let's find out what he does here on a 3-0. Puts it right down the pipe, strike 1. Swilling fires. On the outer half for strike 2, the count is full. Josiah Cromwick is on deck. He's 0 for 1 with a walk on a 3-2 count. Mooney on 3rd base, 6-4 your score. Doors in front of the Cats, 2 gone in the top of the 4th. Payoff pitch coming. Swinging a pop-up on the left side, foul and out of play. We'll do the payoff again.
What was it, 2 times ago we were here, a foul ball like that hit a car?
Yes.
Oof.
Yes. And it was a loud one, too. I remember you saying, oh, my goodness, someone's car got hit. And we knew it. It was a loud thump off someone's car and a loud reaction, too, from the Lowell Park crowd. Chairs all over the place. Grandstands filled up here in Barnesville, Mass. Payoff pitch to Walsh. Swinging a pop-up to the left side again. This one going towards the grandstand and out of play. The car windshield sound where brakes played.
That was over the PA, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it just came nowhere near a car.
I know, but however, it was perfect timing, though.
It was. Credit to that. Mooney on 3rd. He's the only man on. Payoff pitch to Walsh. Fastball misses low and outside for ball 4. That's the 8th walk today My goodness, we are 80 minutes into this one, and no wonder why we're taking forever. We're in the top of the fourth here. It's because of those 8 walks. Holy cow, Logan.
I only saw 5 last night. That felt like a lot.
Yeah. Josiah Cromwick's at the plate with runners at the corners and 2 gone, and his team up 2. First pitch to him. Curveball finds the letters, strike 1.
And I forget to it here. This is a guy you much rather face with some runners on. But Cromwick, another walk today.
Cromwick is yet to hit a home run this season. Mooney on third, Walsh on first. The 0-1. Fastball swing and a miss, strike 2. Actually, a changeup from Swilling, excuse me. So it's 0-2 on Cromwick. Went down swinging on 3 pitches in the first, walked on a full count in the third. Doors leading the Cats by a score of 6-4, 2 gone in the top of the fourth inning. 0-2 the count on Cromwick. Swilling working from the stretch. Looks over at Walsh at first and comes set. Kicks and fires. Too low. Ball 1. Lomavita lost it for a second but got it before Mooney tried to come home to score. So 1-2 now on Cromwick. The infield straight up, so is the outfield. Caleb Ketchup actually coming in a little bit. As the throw from Lomavita, trying to get a new ball to Swilling, actually went over his head.
Think he wants another one? Another ball?
Let's see. Just gonna put some sweat on it real quick, getting both hands on it, trying to get some of the must on there. He's actually gonna stay with that one. 1-2 the count. Runners at the corners, 2 gone, top 4, doors up 2. Swilling has his sign from Lomavita and deals. Swinging a line drive, right side, foul out of play. Going into the trees.
Those kids don't care. Oh, no, they're not going over the wire. They're all charging it, but they're not going to go over the wire, which is what elects what's in the woods and what's here at Lowell Park.
Yeah, the chase zone and the non-chase zone in the eyes of kids. 1-2 pitch. Fastball swinging a ground ball up the middle. Backhanded by Wilkerson. The throw to first is not in time. Coming in the score is Mooney, and the top half continues. 7-4 your score. Doors in front of the Cats with 2 on and 2 gone in the top of the fourth inning. Drew Brutcher coming up to the plate.
They ruled that a base hit off of the bat of Josiah Cromwick.
So that means an RBI infield single for Josiah. It scores Mooney. Walsh over to second, so a couple of Oregon Ducks on the base paths. Brutcher at the plate, who's 0 for 1. First pitch to him. Swinging a fly ball center field. Coming in his park. And he makes the grab to close out the top of the fourth inning. But Falmouth regains the lead thanks to a 4 spot put up in the top of the fourth inning. We're moving slow, but it's been a fun one so far. 7-4 your score. Falmouth in front of Cotuit as we head into the bottom of the fourth inning. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network.
Well, we're in Lowell Park after a lengthy top of the fourth inning. It's the bottom half as Josh Pearson, Caleb Ketchup, Colby Wilkerson will be the first three due up, along with Carter Bainbridge and Trey Redfield. Today's lead play-by-play broadcaster, Logan Sofranco, taking you through 2.5. As Josh Pearson will step into the batter's box. Will Johnson on to work for his fourth inning. First pitch he fires is in there for strike one. 0-1. Josh Pearson grounded out to Peyton Stovall back in the second inning. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball. Doesn't catch the zone. 1-1 the count.
I got to give Will Johnson some credit. Going back out there on the mound after one of the longest top halves we've had all season.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. And absolutely 9 batters in that top of the fourth inning. And the Doors got some runs in some untraditional ways. Johnson from the windup fires. Foul tipped. No, it's going to be strike 3. Fourth strikeout for Will Johnston. 1 gone here in the bottom of the fourth.
You said long top of the fourth inning. This is just a long game in general, Logan. I mean, it is, what, 6:26 right now? We started at 5 o'clock, and we're not even halfway through yet.
Man.
We may be getting a Cotuit special where you don't play all 9 due to darkness.
So now here is Caleb Ketchup, the third baseman. First pitch he sees is a breaking ball that misses outside. Caleb Ketchup made a fantastic grab back in the early parts of this game to get Alex Mooney. Here's the 1-0. What a fastball there from Johnson. 1-1 the count as he blew it right by him.
Not only blew it right by him, went high and tight on him too.
Ketchup coming into today 1 for 10. 6 strikeouts, 2 stolen bases. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball catches the zone, 1-2. Johnson working fast, and he wants a quick inning. But Ketchup was struck out 6 times coming into today. Is at risk of going down for the 7th time via way of the K. Johnson from the windup fires. High fly ball towards the line. Walsh moving over, but he is cut off by Stovall, and he makes the catch for the F4. 2 gone here in the bottom of the fourth.
Calling that an F4, I think that was a P4. That's just me.
That's true.
P4, I think. It's like at Fenway Park, you know, they've scored that play.
And they put P4.
P4. On point streak, you know, last year with the team that I broadcast for, Morehead City Marlins, I was also scorekeeping, doing the live stats.
Oh, man.
I would have to manually put in P4 when it was a pop-up in the infield. Not fun.
First pitch to Colby Wilkerson is in there for strike 1. Well, isn't that something?
Yeah.
Coastal Plains.
Coastal Plain League,
Very
baby.
different than the official CCBL here in Massachusetts. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That misses upstairs, 1-1. Wilkerson led off the Cotuit long part of this game in the bottom of the third inning with a double on the first pitch. Here's the 1-1. That misses outside, 2-1. But Wilkerson, who spent his 2022 season with UNC where he hit .222, not an everyday player. Played in the final 18 games of the season. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That catches some strike zone, 2-2.
That just tells you how much impact he had on the year. UNC, a team that won the ACC.
Defeated NC State.
Yep. And it made it to the Super Regional against Arkansas.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Johnston strikes out 2 in this inning. And after a lengthy top of the fourth inning, it's a quick bottom half as they go down 1-2-3. As we go to the top of the fifth inning, 7-4 the score. Falmouth on top as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Well, we are here in the top of the 5th inning at Lowell Park. Falmouth leads 7-4 over the Cotuit Kettleers. Jackson Nicholas leading this inning off. Here's the first pitch. That's in there. Strike number 1. Nicholas struck out swinging back in the 1st inning and walked back in the 4th. Here's the pitch. High drive to deep left center field, but Trice yields way to the center fielder, and one gone.
Yeah, good play by Eddie Park there. You know, he made the late adjustment, moving over to his right side. That ball was tailing a little bit over towards left center field as well. Trice thought he had the beat, but normally when you have the other guy coming in, charging and calling it his ball, you just yield way. Prevents injury, probably has a better beat on it, and Park is the one that had that better beat for the first out.
So now here's Travis Chestnut. First pitch he sees, he spoils foul over the first base grandstands. Nothing and 1 the count.
And he did that swinging, for our listeners. He did that swinging,
yes,
not bunting, like he has been doing for most of the season.
And as he did in the 4th inning. Lays a bunt down there. Will it stay fair? It will. Loma Vida won't even throw to first. Chestnut beats it out for an infield single. It's the 2nd time today we've seen him do that.
How did people leave this guy out, like not having him on this team? Lowell Park is one of those fields where the infield grass serves as the baseline. They only put chalk on it. And Chestnut laid it right down next to where the grass stops in the infield. That was a picture-perfect bunt by Travis Chestnut.
Had some spin and it just stopped. Here's the first pitch to Boyers, and it's strike 1, 91 off the gun. Boyers struck out in the 2nd inning and then reached on an error back in the 4th. Boyers looking to get hot. Almost had a 3-run bomb in Hyannis the other night. Just died at the warning track, if there was one. Pickoff play over there at first base. Chestnut with 2 stolen bases today. Came into today with just 1. Talked about how he stole so many bases at Temple Community College. JUCO product over there.
Hashtag JUCO product.
Gets his lead over there at first. They throw back again, and first baseman Johnson applying some aggressive tags. They want to let Chestnut know they're thinking about him. Boyers in the lefty batter's box with the righty Carson Swilling. Here's the 0-1 pitch. 0-2 as it's fouled towards the third base grandstands over them. And there's that 91-mile-an-hour fastball again from Swilling.
Yeah, he's been topping out there. 91 miles an hour. The fastball has been going up to that point, and Swilling's really started to settle in this inning. You got to give him a lot of credit. Chestnut getting aboard with the bunt single. He just can't defend that. But other than that bunt single, Swilling is starting to figure it out in this top half, unlike the top of the 4th where all 9 batters came up.
3rd time we've seen Swilling throw back over there at first. The sun still plenty of it on the field. The trees all around Lowell Park. Fans all around in every parts of the ballpark, including some kids out there in right field looking for some home run balls. 0-2 the count, 1 out. Here's the pitch. And it looked like that actually got Boyers, and it does. That's going to be a hit batsman, and they're at first and second with 1 out. And the top of the lineup, Alex Mooney, coming up.
It got his right back part of the shoulder. You know, when a lefty turns around, they show their right shoulder. It got the part of that where it's right below the bone. It's more of a muscle. That got Boyers. Now he's over at first base, but this is huge for the Doors. Just like what we saw in the top half. Speed has to take advantage here. You have speed at the plate in Alex Mooney. You have a guy, if you blink, you miss him at second. And Boyers over at first. Have to take advantage here, Logan.
Mooney looking for his first extra base hit since Tuesday. He rips this one into left center field. Park makes the catch. No tag from Chestnut as both runners retreat back to their bases. Loud off the bat. 2 gone here in the top of the 5th inning.
That's more in left center field. That gets down. That goes all the way to the wall. That scores 2. Now it's up to Corey Collins to do what he did just a couple of days ago where he had a pinch hit double placed perfectly in the right center field gap. If he does that in this at-bat here, Logan, it is a 9-4 game. Right now the Doors are up 3.
Collins did hit a home run back in the first inning on the third pitch he saw, but you mentioned anything in the outfield would score one, maybe two. They're just checking on Chestnut again. No throw even over there.
You knew he was going to do that. He didn't bring any momentum forward with his pickoff move. Everything was back. That left leg came up quickly, and it came away from the mound. That's when you know a pickoff move is going to happen.
First pitch to Collins is low and inside. They throw back over to second base, and Chestnut's in there safely. Loma Vida wanted the back pick, and the count's at 1-0 in favor of Collins.
That was close.
That was very close.
And that was a great throw by Loma Vida, too. That was one of the best I've seen today from the catcher position.
Well, Chuck Furlong, the third base umpire standing over there at second, says he was safe. 1-0 the count. The righty comes set. Here's the pitch. High pop up into left. Trice coming in. And he makes the catch. 2 runners stranded as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. 7-4 the score. Falmouth still on top as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. We are here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Doors lead over the Kets 7-4 as Caleb Corbett's on to pitch. The first pitch he fires to Tommy Troy is high and tight, 1-0. Caleb Corbett, 5 2/3 of work, 7 strikeouts, 4 walks, 15 hits, 0-1 record. Here's the 1-0. Troy looks at ball 2 down just a little low as Troy has had himself a single today, and he's also reached on an error that was committed by Jackson Nicholas. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Troy grounds this ball left side, foul. 2-1 now.
Tommy Troy has been making some great contact on the baseball today. Even with the E5, he got a good piece of hitting right there. On the chopper, that was pretty hard on the left side. And then his single that he had in the third was a rope in the left center field. This is a guy who's really had a great Cape League season offensively and defensively, flashing the glove today too.
Troy grounds this ball left side again. This time it's to Mooney. Mooney fires from the back foot. It's a high throw, and it gets off of the glove of Jacob Walsh, and it stays in play. So over there at first base is Tommy Troy, and he will not advance. We'll see what they rule that.
Yeah, we're going to keep an eye on that one for
Looking at that scoreboard over there, which is in left center field here at Lowell Park. A couple of fans actually sit underneath it. But the Falmouth Commodores surrender the leadoff man, Tommy Troy. Still no official ruling yet. It's going to be an error.
So second time Tommy Troy has gone on board today via an error. First one came from the third baseman, Jackson Nicholas. This one comes from Alex Mooney on a throw that was a little too high for the 6'4" Jacob Walsh.
So now here is Carter Trice. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike one. Carter Trice had a run-scoring double. That was in the third inning, and he was also plunked by a pitch back in the first inning. 0-1 the count on the left fielder from Old Dominion. Here's the pitch. High drive into right center field towards the gap. Brutcher giving chase. That is going to get down and go all the way to the wall. Troy heading for third. He'll stop there as Carter Trice has a double, and they're at second and third with nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Back-to-back doubles for Carter Trice. Just getting it done day in and day out. I'll tell you what, I've enjoyed watching Carter Trice play this season because he seems like to always get a clean piece of contact whenever the Kettleers take on the Commodores. He has been a guy day in and day out that has made huge impacts for Cotuit this season, and he's not one of those guys that have left because of the draft or innings or not getting enough ABs. Trice has been a Cotuit guy all year.
Well, the Doors elect to not go infielders in with nobody out and runners at second and third. Here's the first pitch to C.J. Kafus, and misses just a little low. 1-0. Caleb Corbett on. Pitcher from Louisville. 7-4 ball game here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Nobody out. Troy at third, Trice at second. Here's the pitch. That misses outside. 2-0. And we're going to see a quick little visit here from Mike Landry, the Falmouth pitching coach. The Doors are thankful that they have the day off tomorrow because the last scheduled slated off day was the Fenway Park workout day, in which the Doors were there realistically from 5 a.m. to around the middle parts of the afternoon.
Yeah, it's the first time since July 5th that the Falmouth Commodores won't have to pick up a baseball, throw it around for some sort of competition or workout. And 13 days. Full-on baseball.
That includes us, too, because we attended the Fenway Park day.
Yeah,
that was a fun day.
Who cares about us, though? Who cares? You just put on a headset and call a game,
That's
man.
true. That's true.
These guys are putting it in and day out, doing whatever they can to get back into a playoff race. They're making things interesting right now. Not just today, like they always are, because that's just what the Falmouth Commodores do. But they win today, and Wareham loses. They're back in a place that we didn't think that they'd be in a week ago.
That's right.
That's the playoffs.
The Wareham Gatemen play the
these
Orleans
guys
Firebirds tonight, as the Doors have been playing some fantastic baseball these past couple of days. I know they had the tie last night, but we got Owen Diodati as both teams picked up a point.
Pinch hit, 2-run home run from Diodati.
Now,
Gave him a 4-4 tie.
Off the bench on a 1-2 count. And realistically, the furthest home run we've seen this year at the Gov. Corbett comes set, 2-0 the count on Cephas as the mound visit's broken up. Here's the 2-0 pitch. It's a breaking ball, and it's 3-0 now with the cleanup hitter Tyler Johnson waiting on deck. Cephas today grounded into a double play in the first and walked in the third. Runners at second and third. Here's the 3-0 pitch. That's in there for strike one, 3-1.
Corbett needs more of those. When you find command of the fastball, you can start going with other things. Find something that's working with you, but you got to start small. With Corbett, it's a fastball. If he can paint here on a 3-1 count with that heater, he's in a good spot going into a full count.
He comes set and fires. It's a breaking ball, and it's in there for strike two, and the count's now full.
That works too.
He elected to not go to the fastball, went to the breaking ball, perhaps catching Cephas off guard. But now it's turned into a pretty lengthy at bat. Corbett comes set. Here's the payoff pitch. Cephas looks at ball four outside, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. And here comes Tyler Johnson.
Last time we saw the bases loaded with nobody out, that came in the third inning where Cotuit put up 3. This is not a good spot for the Doors. This is your worst nightmare right here. The cleanup guy in Tyler Johnson, a Cape League All-Star, first-team All-Sun Belt out of Coastal Carolina coming up to the plate. He's fringing 300.
So now here he is in the batter's box, bases loaded. Troy, Trice, and Cephas on. Johnson 0 for 2 on the day as Corbett steps off. Well, Tyler Johnson, who is at first base today, hit .357 with Coastal Carolina this past year. Almost a 300 hitter here on Cape Cod, .298. Here's the first pitch. That misses outside, 1-0. And you especially don't want to walk or run in because you saw a lot of non-traditional ways the Doors got runs off of the Cotuit Kettleers. That was back in the top of the fourth. Corbett comes set. The 1-0. 1-1 as the breaking ball is in there for the first strike of this at bat. Tyler Johnson this season with 17 runs driven in. Here's the 1-1. Johnson takes a big hack at that one. 1-2 the count now. Nobody out. I'd like to remind all of our listeners the Lowell Park has no lights. 5 o'clock start, so daylight obviously a factor in today's game. Corbett trying to retire Tyler Johnson. Ket's down by 3. Corbett, lengthy stare to his catcher Cromwick, and time has been granted by today's home plate umpire. And they're actually going to double check with Charles Furlong. Alex Mooney with his hands shrugging at shortstop saying what happened. But Corbett's granted time. 1-2 the count. Corbett comes set. Here's the pitch. Johnson goes down swinging as it gets away from Cromwick. All bases occupied. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Big strikeout there from Corbett.
Huge. I mean, that's the best hitter, one of, if not the best hitters on this Kettleers squad. I'd argue Tommy Troy is up there. I'd probably say he is the best ahead of Johnson, but not by much. Now you bring up Loma Vida, another all-star who's been probably the 3rd best hitter on this team this season. Already has a home run today. He comes up with the bases juice.
2 runs driven in for him today. Had another run scored on a sac fly. Corbett comes set with the bases loaded and 1 out. Here's the pitch. Strike 1 to Loma Vida. Hails from Cal Berkeley. The Bears up in Northern California. Came into the 2022 season ranked as the number 9 freshman in the Pac-12 to look out for. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Good block from Cromwick as the ball was spiked. 1-1 now.
Yeah, great job by Cromwick, keeping it in front of him. That's really what you have to do. If you keep the ball in front of you and it plops right in front of home plate, you're doing your job, especially with the man on third base and Tommy Troy, who has speed over there.
Bases all juiced up. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball is chopped to Nicholas. Goes over to second for 1. Over to first. Nothing there. A run scores. It's 7-5, but there are 2 gone here in the bottom of the 5th.
You getting out, right? But I do think Nicholas needed to get that out quicker. He may have forgotten how many outs there were because he picked that up. He hopped one step, trying to throw over to first base, and then realizes, oh, I need to throw it over to second.
He's actually, I believe he was looking to home plate.
Was he actually?
You never, because obviously not playing third base.
He was looking somewhere, but it wasn't at second base. I think second base was the play the entire time.
Absolutely.
Nicholas didn't honor that.
So now here is Eddie Park, another Pac-12 member, Stanford Cardinal. Struck out twice today, once looking and once swinging. Here's the first pitch he sees. He'll look at strike one there. Corbett looking to get out of a pretty big jam. Got a big ground ball there to Caleb Lomavita, but Eddie Park been getting some consistent playing time. Hit .259 with Stanford this past spring. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Grounds this one to Nicholas under his glove into left field. Another run scores. It's now 7-6 here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. We've seen that one before here at this ballpark.
Yeah, nightmares, nightmares. First time we were here, it came in the bottom of the 9th inning, went through Braden Taylor's legs at third base, tied up the game at 3. It ended in a 3-3 tie. This one coming in a crucial point as well. So now you bring another run in. It's a 1-run ball game. There are 2 runners on. The go-ahead runs over at first base. And I'll tell you what, Josh Pearson's not an easy out.
Josh Pearson coming into today hitting .206, 0 for 2 on the day, but this inning keeps going. 1-run game. Here's the pitch from Corbett. Breaking ball is in there for strike 1, 0-1. Pearson grounded out to second back in the second inning. Struck out to lead off the 4th inning. That was Johnson's 4th and final inning of work. 0-1 the count, 2 outs, and a 1-run ball game. Here's the pitch. 1-1.
That just missed. Cromwell held it there for a couple of seconds because he thought it just missed too.
Waiting on deck is Caleb Ketchup should it get to him. Corbett comes set. Here's the 1-1. That's in there for strike 2, 1-2. It kind of got Pearson to dance a little bit, but it didn't matter as he checked his swing because it was in there for strike number 2.
Yeah, that one was close, just like that previous pitch. This one painting the inner half to Pearson's point of view.
So Corbett looking for a big pitch here in any form. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. It gets away from the catcher, Cromwick. Runners were going to advance, and the bases are loaded as Lomavita stays put over there at third. So Lomavita at third, Park at second, and Pearson at first. Does go down as a strikeout, just a non-traditional one.
Can you believe this? The bases are loaded with 3 guys that did not walk or did not hit. Lomavita was a fielder's choice. Going on here?
Caleb Ketchum, we may have a pinch hitter, but we'll see.
He is, yeah, he's getting pinch hit.
I believe Trotter Harlan was getting a helmet. Mike Roberts making a offensive replacement in just a 1-run game here in the 5th inning. And it's not going to be Harlan. It looks like it's going to be Calvin Harris.
Not the singer.
Coming out of the dugout, Calvin Harris from Mississippi State. I beg your pardon, Ole Miss. All Mississippi people are going to hate me for saying that. Back-to-back champions, you know, when it comes to the state of Mississippi.
Magnolia State getting it done, right? So Harris will probably take in at third base as well for catch-up. And I'm a little surprised by that one, but not surprised by the way Mike Roberts did it. Knowing he changes pitchers mid-count, I am not surprised in the slightest that Roberts goes to the pinch hitter right when Ketchup's about to step up to the plate.
Well, especially with got a righty on lefty here, and this kid Harris had a great season with Ole Miss. Hit .336, 21 runs driven in. He hit 3 home runs. Here's the first pitch he sees. Did he go around? He did. According to home plate umpire Ronaldo Cockrum, 0-1 the count.
So Lomavita's on third via fielder's choice. Park is on second because he got on board via an error. And Pearson's on first on a strikeout. That wasn't complete. Can you believe that?
Just Lowell Park with the Commodores here.
Yeah.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Ripped down the right field line. What a pick by Jacob Walsh. That preserves the Falmouth Commodore lead as we go to the 6th inning. They strand the bases loaded as we go to the top of the 6th. 7-6 the score. Falmouth on top as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Welcome back to Lowell Park. The Falmouth Commodores lead the Cotuit Kettleers by a score of 7-6. Peyton Stovall leading things off for the Falmouth Commodores. First pitch he sees is cut on and missed for strike number 1. Defensive replacement, a double switch, if you will, lineup-wise, as Trotter Harlan will now be playing third base. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Stovall as he belts this one high in the air to center field. It's shallow, it's trouble, but Eddie Park makes the catch. One gone. Covered a lot of ground there.
Yeah, he did. And Stovall just missed that one, too. You know, if he's just a tenth of a second, maybe earlier, I would say, that's yanked into right center field as a line drive. But Stovall bringing a little too much weight on his back foot, leading to a pop-up in shallow center field. Good play by Park. Great read.
So now here is Jacob Walsh. And he will look at strike 1. Well, the Doors and the Kets here at Lowell Park run scoring in very weird ways. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Walsh looks at ball 1 outside, 1-1. Walsh had a run scoring double back in the first inning, which feels like an eternity ago.
Yeah.
1 for 2 on the day. Here's the 1-1 and misses outside. I've seen a lot of 91 off the gun as the count's 2-1 in favor of Walsh. 91 off the Lowell Park radar gun. That looked a little faster than 91. Probably I'd say around 93, 94. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That misses low, 3-1.
How in the world would you know?
That's not 91, because that pitch went 91 again. Does it go higher? I'm sure it does.
Only one way to find out, right?
Here's the 3-1. Swing and a miss. He took something off of that one. Won't going to find out on that pitch, and the count's run full.
Put a couple more fingers on the ball. Change up on that one. Walsh was reading fastball, and he whiffed at it. You could feel the swing all the way from back here behind home plate.
Count all full with Cromwick on deck. Here's the payoff pitch. Popped up towards the third base line and twisting foul as Harlan was giving chase. We'll do the payoff pitch again.
Losing his hat in the process, too. Trotter Harlan coming into the CCBL late. Has some of the best hair on Cape Cod, I would argue.
I think Phil Matulia would give you a little bit of a case there of Hyannis.
Or Alex Mooney.
Another payoff pitch. Walsh spoils another foul ball. That's heading for the parking lot. Held our breath on that one. Nothing too crazy as far as the sounds went.
Yeah, my car's not going to get hit. It's too far back in the parking lot. I aced it with my parking job today. Again.
Sun going down here at Lowell Park. Here's the payoff pitch again. Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt of Loma Vita. It's a strikeout. 2 gone here in the top of the 6th inning.
Commodores got to do something here. These Kettleers just don't go away easily. It's been showing that recently. 3 spot in the 3rd, 2 spot in the 5th. The 6th inning, the top of the order is going to come up too. Got to get some runs here if you're Falmouth. Just keep pouring it on.
First pitch to Josiah Cromwick misses outside, 1-0. Well, Josiah Cromwick had a run-scoring single back in the 4th. Swinging a hot bat. Here's the 1-0. He's taking a lot of breaking balls for strikes today.
That one right there, too. It's now 1-1 on him.
A lot of shadows here at Lowell Park. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball is sent in the air to the right side, twisting foul. But in play and making the catch is Tyler Johnson. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a 1-run game. Falmouth on top as the Cotuit interns get ready to slingshot some T-shirts. We'll be right back as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Back here at Lowell Park, bottom of the 6th inning, along with Carter Bainbridge and Trey Redfield. Logan Safarenko with you. It's going to be Colby Wilkerson leading things off for the Cats. Here's the first pitch he sees. A little bit low, 1-0. We've heard this a lot on the PA, the have a hit. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Corbett. That's in there for strike one, 1-1. Wilkerson today, a double and a strikeout. 1 for 2. Here's the 1-1. Goes after a breaking ball and sends it foul behind home plate out of play. That came in 82 off of the arm, I should say, of Caleb Corbett. So now 1-2 the count. Corbett looking for a quick inning. Here's the pitch. Inside, 2-2. Heard the yes sir chants from the Falmouth dugout. Good spot from Corbett, did not go.
Where did that miss?
He's got to do it again here on the 9-hitter Wilkerson from the windup. He fires. Little pop-up right to the first row of the grandstands. And we almost saw a nice catch as it rolls to a couple in the stands. 2-2 the count again. And they give it to the kid.
As they should.
The rules,
Hashtag for the kids.
the ballpark rules. Corbett shakes off Kromick, now gets his sign. Here's the 2-2 again. In the air to left towards the line and twisting. That's a fair ball. It goes all the way to the corner. The second double for Colby Wilkerson today. And the tying run is in scoring position as we are burning some daylight here in the top of the lineup. Tommy Troy coming into the batter's box as Mike Landry takes a mound visit. And we'll see if he makes a change, and indeed he will. So Caleb Corbett's day is done. Tommy Troy due up. We'll take a quick break as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Well, back here at Lowell Park, sun is dancing away, 7:10 Eastern time, 2 hours and 10 minutes is the duration of this game. Luke Malone on to work. It's the second time a Falmouth Commodores relief pitcher will see Tommy Troy as their first batter. Troy has reached on 2 errors today, also has a single. Ket's down by 1, Falmouth, here's the pitch. Hit the other way and foul. 0-1 quickly. Tommy Troy from Stanford. The Falmouth Commodores are looking to keep this in their favor. Malone pitched in the Hyannis game last, or I guess I should say the later parts of this work week. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch as Troy pops this one about 2 miles high, foul out of play. Well, that thing is heading for Lowell Avenue.
Just 2? That was like 7.
Might have said hi to
that ball's in the stratosphere.
Might have said hi to Empower Stadium at Mile High. Is that the name of the stadium now for the Denver
Sports
Broncos?
Authority
No,
Field.
they
No, it's
renamed
not.
it.
Oh,
They
Invesco
renamed
Field.
it.
Invesco Field.
Invesco. That's
Invesco
what it
Field.
is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, Tommy Troy behind in the count, 0-2. Malone trying to make quick work of him. Here's the pitch. Troy looks at ball one just a little low. Went to a breaking ball. 1-2 the count. Malone, a 4.50 ERA. He actually got that win in the Hyannis matchup. And he pitched just 2 innings, but he did not give up the lead. Malone comes set. 1-2 the count. Checks on the runner at second, now fires. Outside, 2-2. And you heard it from the spectators. Good job to lay off there. That's one of those where Malone wanted Tommy Troy to chase there.
Yeah, you just got to be smart with Tommy Troy. This guy, if you leave it over to plate, he's going to send it for a ride.
As we just saw about 2 pitches ago.
Yeah.
2-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball is sent foul. Another foul ball down that, this time third base line. We'll do the 2-2 again. Big lengthy at bat now. 6 pitch from Malone on its way as he tosses around the dirt on the pitcher's mound to perhaps grab a grip. Troy, who is at short today, trying to tie it for the Kets or give them the lead. The 2-2 again. In the air to deep center field. Moving back is Boyers, and he makes the catch. Tagging is Wilkerson as he is at third base as the throw comes into Mooney. And back to the infield. So the fly out to center field moves a runner even more in scoring position as he's just 90 feet away. And that brings up Carter Trice.
This is the at-bat of the game right here. Simply put it, the infield's going to come in. But if I'm Luke Malone here, I'm doing whatever I can to force a pop-up. If you force a pop-up here, best case scenario, because you don't have to worry about a sac fly, RBI ground out, none of that.
First pitch to Trice. Another foul ball, this time to the right side into the trees. 0-1. Well, the infield in. The tying run 90 feet away. We are losing daylight here at Lowell Park. The last time the Doors played a field that will not have lights. 0-1 the count. In a 7-6 ball game, Falmouth on top. Malone comes set. Trice the batter. Here's the pitch. Misses low and outside. 1-1. Well, Trice, he's been a tough one to get in the batter's box. 2 doubles on the day, but he also got hit by a pitch back in the first inning. The double in the 5th was harmless as the first double of the game was in the 3rd inning. It scored a run. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Popped up foul out of play right behind us and into the trees. 1-2 the count now.
Malone's got to attack here. You know, you got to be smart with it too. Don't go with anything low, nothing too crazy. Just got to make sure you make your catcher's life easier too. Cromwell has done a great job of keeping the ball in front of him. You got to do whatever you can to keep the ball in front of you here if Malone goes to something in the chase category.
Malone comes set. The 1-2. Misses inside, 2-2.
Oh,
Man,
so
great
close.
spot there from Malone. But these Kets, they love taking it. The Falmouth Commodores have walked 8 times, but the Cats today only 1 time. But another big pitch here from Malone. The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball is sent to the right side and foul. Boy, that's the thing these Cats are doing in this inning. They're spoiling a lot of pitches and fighting to search for the pitch they like. Tommy Troy put a pretty good charge on that flyout pitch. It was a little bit up in the zone, but he attacked after a pretty lengthy at-bat as Trice has the 6th pitch of the at-bat on its way. That was the pitch that Tommy Troy attacked on just 1 at-bat prior. Infield in, 7-6 ball game, 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to Mooney. It gets through him. The game is tied. Carter Trice comes through for Cotuit. And in a situation where the infield came in, it didn't matter. It's 7-7 in the bottom of the 6th inning. They indeed do score it, an E6.
They make it interesting, but sometimes they give it away sometimes, the Commodores, and they just did kind of right there.
So now here's Kafis. As that pitch misses low and inside, 1-0.
I think Mooney should have fielded that, charging the baseball, not going with the backhand, or at least getting in front of it more. He went to the side. His left side, tried to go backhand with it. Thought he had the play, but he froze. Realizing went right by him.
Here's the 1-0. That misses outside, 2-0. Well, Kafis, who is DHing today, has grounded into a double play today. That was back in the first inning. But he's also walked. Over there at first base is Carter Trice. 2-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Kafis looks at ball 3 inside. Cleanup hand. Tyler Johnson waits on deck.
You have to at least force a tie here. Because knowing what's
points
going on,
are points.
Yeah, it's 1-1 in Wareham right now between Orleans and Wareham. The bases are loaded for the Firebirds in the top of the 8th.
3-0 the count. Kafis looks at strike 1. 3-1 the count. 7-7 ball game in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Cotuit fans want some good results because they got a movie in the park tonight with
do they
for the love of the game.
Oh, that's cool.
3-1 the count. Malone comes set. Here's the pitch. Ripped down the right field line, a fair ball. Carter Trice going to third base. It's a single for Kafis, and they're at first and third with 1 out. And the train keeps rolling for Cotuit here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Leaving too much over the plate. Little too much over the plate, Luke Malone is. You have to just be so smart here. You got to throw the right pitches at the right time. You have Tyler Johnson coming up to the plate, Logan, the cleanup guy, who is, I would argue, is due.
Well, today he is 0 for 3. So we're trying to see if he proves you right or proves you wrong. First pitch he sees, misses outside. 1-0 the count. Tyler Johnson, a pair of strikeouts, one looking and one swinging, reached on a fielder's choice. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Right to Nicholas. He fires over to second for 1. Over to first. It's a double play. It ends the inning, but Cotuit ties the game at 7. We go to the top of the 7th inning. 7-7 the score as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network.
We go into the top of the 7th inning here at Lowell Park in what has been a thriller. 7-7 your score, the Commodores between the Kettleers, along with Logan Safarenko. I'm Trey Redfield. Adam Boucher is on the mound for the Kettleers, coming in for Carson Swilling after 3 innings pitched, giving up 2 hits, no runs, walking 3, and striking out 1. Drew Brutcher at the plate. First pitch to him, fastball high and outside for ball 1. Boucher this season, he's making his 7th appearance coming out of Duke. He's throwing 14 2/3 innings pitched this season, giving up 10 earned runs, walking 16, striking out 16. 1-0. Fastball at the knees, strike 1, coming in at 93 miles an hour. Boucher, in the 2 times that the Commodores have come to Lowell Park this season, he was the starter. Both of them were against Grayson Hitt. 1-1. Fastball swinging a ground ball on the right side at second base. Wilkerson has it with plenty of time, throws it over to first to retire Brutcher by 4 steps.
Well, the sun is basically gone, getting the assist of some clouds, so I'd be curious to see if they play past 7. They could, but I said this and I was proven very wrong at Stony Brook Field, so we'll see what they do.
Commodores certainly need this one. Tied at 7 right now in the top of the 7th inning with nobody on and 1 gone. They're tied for 4th place in the Western Division with 25 points with the Wareham Gatemen. Right now, the Gatemen are tied at 1 in the bottom of the 8th inning with the Orleans Firebirds. First pitch to Jackson Nicholas, high and outside for ball 1.
Would you say they stranded the bases loaded the Firebirds in the bottom of the 8th inning?
In the top of the 8th inning, Orleans.
Oh, they're at Spillane Field.
Yeah, they're at Spillane Field. The bases were loaded for Orleans. It stranded, the bases loaded. So 1-0 comes in here in Barnstable, and it misses low for ball 2. 7 runs, 5 hits, 3 errors for Falmouth. 7 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for Cotuit. Nicholas at the plate, who's 0 for 1 today with a walk. So 2-0 comes in, swinging a pop-up left side, foul and out of play over to third base grandstand. So it's what was that?
That got something heavy. I'm hoping that was the bathroom.
So there were a lot of oohs and ahs, and I popped my head up trying to write the count into my scorebook, so I guess that's what it was. Boucher working from the stretch, righty on lefty duel. 2-1 pitch. Fastball, another swing and a pop-up. Left side fouling out of play, this time going towards the parking lot. Boucher maintaining a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. So 2-2 the count on Nicholas, the third baseman today for the Doors. Travis Chestnut on deck. Boucher kicks and fires. Outside, count full. Another fastball from Boucher, but this one coming in at 94 miles an hour.
There I am, proven wrong about the radar gun.
Yes, that's a fact. A couple of innings ago, we thought it was going to stay at 91, but Boucher proving us wrong. Payoff pitch. Fastball too high, ball 4. For the second time today, Jackson Nicholas starts things off with a walk.
Look at Trotter Harlan, the third baseman. He is coming so far in on the third base side because I wonder where Chestnut's going.
Travis Chestnut.
Look at this, look at this, look at this.
Yeah.
That is for all of our listeners, he's coming in about 5 or 6 steps coming in on the infield grass.
The reason why is because Travis Chestnut is 2 for 2 today with a couple of bunt singles. First pitch to him. He shows bunt again. Lays it down right in front of Lobovita. Throws it to second, and there's the first out. I thought Tommy Troy was going to have to jumper that one. He goes full extension, keeping his left foot on the bag, and that retires Jackson Nicholas going over to second base. Over to first is Chestnut on the 2-6 fielder's choice, and there's 2 gone in the top of the 7th inning, tied up at 7 with Luke Boyers coming up to the plate.
Now I know
they knew that was coming.
Absolutely. Now I know that throw didn't really have a lot on it from Loma Vida, but he took his time and got it there just enough. But Travis Chestnut, dangerous base runner there at first.
So here's Boyers in the left-handed batter's box where he has been all day facing righties. First pitch to him. Inside, ball 1. Chestnut goes, and he dives in safely without a throw. That's Chestnut's 3rd stolen base today. He came in with just 1 on the season. Boyer's a switch hitter in his preferred spot, the left-handed batter's box, trying to bring around Chestnut in a 7-7 ball game as time is called by home plate umpire Ronaldo Cochran. And they're going to intentionally walk Boyers, bringing up Alex Mooney, the leadoff man.
What?
And Mike Roberts is coming out to get situational. But he's also bringing in a new pitcher. So that was fast. Adam Boucher not even finishing the entire inning. knowing the sun is setting by the second with no lights here at Lowell Park. It's crunch time here at Cotuit. 7-7 your score. Falmouth tied with Cotuit with 2 on and 2 gone in the top of the 7th. Alex Mooney about to come up to the plate. You don't want to go anywhere. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. Top of the 7th inning here at Lowell Park with 2 gone and 2 men on for the Commodores. Alex Mooney about to come to the plate in a 7-7 tie. And there's a new pitcher on the mound after Adam Boucher goes just 2/3 of an inning, paving way to Cam Schulke. Logan, he's had some work a lot recently. 6th appearance in a row.
Yeah, his 5th coming into today. Played at Wareham on July 13th where he went 2 innings. Right here at Lowell Park against the Orleans Firebirds, went 1 1/3. That was a pretty pitcher's matchup when it comes to the scouting sprays. At Stony Brook Field went 1 1/3, and at Harwich went 1 1/3. So Mike Roberts, in what could be and most likely the last inning of the ball game, wants him to finish this inning and get a third.
This is the final time the Commodores are playing at a ballpark in the regular season without lights. Alex Mooney at the plate for the 5th time tonight. First pitch to him, submarine delivery from Schulke is ball 1 outside. And knowing the last time we've seen a submarine delivery was from Jackson Kelly of the Kettleers, it's not good knowing that Kettleers righty was dominant.
Pitcher of the week, I believe, at one point.
He was. Sweeping it with Chandler Simpson, who was the hitter of the week. 1-0. A slow slider at 69 miles an hour for strike 1 delivered to Mooney. Alex is 0 for 3 tonight with a walk and an RBI ground out. Chestnut on second, Boyers on first. We're tied at 7 with 2 gone in the top of the 7th inning. Righty on righty duel. Schulke deals. Outside, ball 2.
69 again. He's taking something off it, my goodness.
Schulke comes from Northwood Community College. Redshirt sophomore, sitting at 6 foot, 185 pounds. He's appeared in 19 games this season with a 4.98 ERA. 2-1 to Mooney. Swinging a line drive right side, through for a base hit. Chestnut rounding third. He's getting sent home. The throw to the plate. It's cut off. The Doors are back in front. Alex Mooney in the clutch, an RBI single with 2 gone in the top of the 7th. It's 8-7 Falmouth.
And what are we going to ask right now? Why did they intentionally walk Luke Boyers to face Alex Mooney? I mean, the opposite field hitting right there. Saw the right side hole. Not even close to a contested throw from Pearson. And if you think about it, you still got a runner in scoring position in Luke Boyers.
And you bring up a guy who had a solo home run today already in Corey Collins. That came in the top of the 1st. So Boyers on second, Mooney on first, 2 gone in the top of the 7th. The Doors have taken the lead. First pitch to Corey is strike 1 at the knees.
And my hot dog got here. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Is that the one that we were talking about?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, goodness. The one with relish and everything?
Oh, no, not that one.
Or something like that.
Not that one.
Oh, not that one? Okay. 0-1 to Collins. Swinging a ground ball on the right side. Fumbling with it is Wilkerson. He loses it. The throw to first is not in time. Coming home the score is Boyers. How about some heads-up base running from Luke Boyers? The lead extended to 2 in the top of the 7th. 2 on, 2 gone, 9-7 your score. Falmouth in front of Cotuit.
Well, you said it, the heads-up base running by Boyers, who, again, they intentionally walked. 9-7 doors.
Wilkerson had the bag and fumbled it, and Boyers flipped it and tumbled it, touching home plate. So it's Mooney on second base, Collins on first, Peyton Stovall at the dish. First pitch to him, a slow 69-mile-an-hour slider. We've been seeing that a lot in this inning, but it's ball 1 outside.
Now, take your time in this inning. Let's burn some daylight.
Burned a lot of it today already. The 1-0 to Stovall. Goes with that 69-mile-an-hour pitch again. Misses low and away. Ball 2. Stovall today is 0 for 3 with the walk and a run scored. All of that coming in the top of the first. Mooney dancing over there at second base as the 2-0 comes in. More heat on that one, 79 miles an hour off the right hand of Schulke for strike 1. Peyton Stovall trying to put this thing to sleep. This may be the last inning here at Lowell Park. The sun is completely behind the trees over to our left. 2-1. Outside, ball 3. Good eye there from Stovall. This is a guy who really has a lot of command at the plate. Has a great eye. He's only struck out twice this season. Let's find out what he does here in his 5th plate appearance. The 3-1. Swinging a ground ball on the right side. Wilkerson with a diving grab to his left. Throws it over to first to close out the top of the 7th. What a play by Colby Wilkerson. Keeping it a 9-7 ball game. The Commodores in front of the Kettleers. We'll tell you if there's going to be the last bottom half coming up after this. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. We're back for the bottom of the 7th inning where the Commodores lead the Kettleers by a score of 9-7. We're going to play another inning after this. We told you it may be the last bottom half here, but that's probably going to come in the 8th. It's Caleb Lomavita leading off for the Cats in this bottom half. Luke Malone on for his 2nd inning of work, working from the windup. First pitch to Lomavita. Breaking ball, swinging a ground ball, left-sided shortstop. Mooney has it. Throw over to first is in time, beating Lomavita by a step for the first out in the bottom of the 7th. So now it brings up Eddie Park, the center fielder who is 0 for 3 today. He got on base last time up, but that came off an E5. Let's find out how Malone handles Park here, one of the best hitters on this Kettleers squad. Righty on lefty duel. First pitch to Park. He shows bunt, pulls it back, strike 1 on the outer half, coming in at 86 miles an hour. Park is in center field today, making the move over when Victor Scott left the team for the draft. 1-1, it comes in and he went around too high. The pitch was too high, but still Park goes around, and it's now 0-2. Malone working quickly from the windup. Has his sign from Cromwick and deals. Fastball swinging a lifter into left field. Coming in his chestnut, and he makes the grab for the second out.
Didn't see it at first.
Sometimes it's tough.
Well, especially
even
right now.
lights.
Yeah.
We're going to play this one out, more likely than not, until the 8th inning. The last time Falmouth will have to deal with a situation like this, playing without lights in the regular season. So here's Josh Pearson, the right fielder out of LSU, who is 0 for 3 tonight with a couple of strikeouts. First pitch from Malone. Curveball, strike one. Malone comes out at UTSA. I thought I misspoke there, but had a great season with the Roadrunners, earning first-team All-CUSA honors. As the 0-1 misses outside, the count is even. Righty on lefty matchup. Pearson back in the left-handed batter's box for the 1-1. Curveball right down Broadway, strike two. A win for the Doors. They could possibly get back into 4th place. Wareham and Orleans are tied at 1 in the top of the 9th. Right now it's Spillane Field. The 1-2 from Malone. Fastball misses low and away. The count is even, this time at 2. Boy, would that be something if the Doors pulled this out and the Gatemen lost or tied. That would be huge. 2-2 pitch. It's fouled off the foot of Park. We'll do the 2-2 again. That was a great pitch from Malone.
Oh,
a ball
absolutely.
that dropped into the lower inner quarter of the zone. But Park got a piece of it, and he stays alive, limping a little bit as well. Check that. It's Pearson, excuse me. I don't know why I was saying Park. So it's Josh Pearson on the mound, or on the plate. God, oh my goodness. Josh Pearson's at the plate.
We need the lights, too.
Yeah. Malone is the one on the mound for the Doors, working from the windup. 2-2 pitch. Curveball misses just a bit outside. The count is full. Nobody on, 2 gone in this bottom half of the 7th inning. The Commodores leading the Kettleers 9-7. The count is full on Josh Pearson. Malone with the payoff. Curveball swinging a line drive left side, foul and out of play. So we'll do it again. Josh Pearson has given this one a fight. The Commodores trying to earn the season series win against the Cats if they get it done here. Payoff pitch, fastball, swinging a pop-up left side. Mooney moving to his right, trailing towards the outfield, calling everyone off and making the grab to close out the 7th. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Luke Malone as we head into the top of the 8th inning with Walsh, Cromwick, and Brutcher, 4-5-6 due up for Falmouth. It leads Cotuit 9-7. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. The Commodores trying to put this thing to sleep in the top of the 8th inning in front of the Kettleers by a score of 9-7. With Logan Safarenko, I'm Trey Redfield. So glad you're with us for what has been a long one, but an exciting one as well. Runs scored left and right by both teams. And is Max Gig. He's making his 8th appearance this season, pitching 14 innings, giving up 10 hits, striking out 10, and walking 5. Logan, 4, 5, 6 is due up for the doors. Walsh, Cromwick, and Brutcher. Who are you expecting to be the one to explode this one?
Well, not only just explode, I guess just say keep the train rolling, just simply because 2 runs doesn't sound like a lot to blow in the bottom parts of the 8th/9th inning, but with this Cotuit team, you gotta get some sort of cushion. So just gotta reach, don't have to do anything too crazy. But Walshy, who has a run driven in today, see if he can get something started here.
Jacob Walsh had that RBI double in the top of the 1st inning. He was 1 for 3 today with a walk. Steps into left-handed batter's box, taking on the right-hander Gig, who's working from the stretch. First pitch to Walsh. Too low. Ball 1. Changeup at 84 miles an hour. Gig comes out of Boston College, where he made 15 appearances this season with a 2.78 ERA. The 1-0. Low and inside. Ball 2.
It's getting dark here. It is getting dark.
Yes, it is. It wasn't as dark as this, like it was in Brewster. Righty on lefty matchup. Gig has his sign from Loma Vida. And deals. Inside. Ball 3. Gig still trying to settle in on the left-handed hitter Walsh, who stands at 6'4". Walsh swings the bat a couple of times. Now has it on his back shoulder. 3-0 the count on Jacob. Here's the pitch. On the low and inner corner, enough for strike 1.
Well, now we're going to see what the green light would be like because you have the hitter's count. 3-0 isn't really considered a ideal hitter's count. 3-1, a little bit more.
Gig kicks and fires. Outside, ball 4, a leadoff walk for Jacob Walsh. The 2nd time he's gone aboard via base on balls today. So here's Josiah Cromwick. He has an RBI infield single today. What are you doing over there? You counting?
I'm counting how many walks these Falmouth Commodores have had. 10 walks as a team right now. And you mentioned Walshy with 2 of them.
It's all about being disciplined and a little bit picky, too. First pitch to Cromwick. Swinging a line drive right side foul, bouncing off the fence. Over to our right and to the left of the first base dugout. That's where the Commodores are. So 0-1 on Cromwick.
That's actually a season high.
Walks?
10 walks,
really?
Yes.
I would assume. That's a lot. Walsh hangs out on first base. 0-1 to Cromwick. Outside, and it gets away from Loma Vida, rolling all the way to us. Moving over to second is Walsh. So it's now 1-1 on Josiah Cromwick, and has an opportunity to bring his college teammate around. A Falmouth win today and a Wareham loss or tie could put the Doors back in 4th place in the Western Division. The 1-1. Swinging a line drive to the right side, foul and out of play. It's now 1-2. So Cromwick, the right-handed batter, down 1-2 on Max Gig, who just came in for Cam Schulke. He only made it through a 3rd, giving up 2 hits and an earned run. 1-2 pitch. Slider outside, count even to 2. Good eye there from Cromwick. He thought about it, but laid off when he realized it was going to bend away from him.
He's been showing some discipline in the batter's box, Cromwick.
Turning out to be the everyday catcher for this Commodore squad. Walsh on second, 2-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball right side, foul. Foul by a couple of feet, so we'll do the 2-2 again. Sun is slowly setting here at Lowell Park, Cape Cod's Field of Dreams. It's just a baseball field in the middle of the woods. Count even at 2 on Cromwick. No one gone. Walsh on second. Doors up 9-7 on the Cats in the top of the 8th. Gig kicks and fires. Swinging a ground ball on the right side. Picking it up is Johnson, making the easy play. Moving to his left and tapping on first. Advancing to third is Walsh on the unassisted putout from Tyler Johnson.
That came in at 95 off of gig, according to the Lowell Park radar gun. That's some juice right there.
So now here's Drew Brutcher. He's 0 for 3 today with a walk that came on 4 pitches in the first. Trying to bring around Jacob Walsh, who is 90 feet away with 1 gone in the top of the 8th, and Falmouth leading by 2. The infield's in for Cotuit. First pitch to Drew, misses outside, ball 1 at 84 miles an hour. It's a righty on lefty matchup, pitcher to batter. The outfield at a normal depth. It gets out there, and Walsh could come in the score, extending the Falmouth lead to 3. Brutcher ahead 1-0 with 1 gone. Gig kicks and fires. Bouncer right side foul over the head of Jackson Nicholas, the guy who was on deck. He actually tried to stop it with his pad.
Shocked you could see it come in.
Yeah, it's 1-1 on Brutcher. An opportunity for insurance in what will possibly be the last inning here at Lowell Park with no lights. The 1-1. Too low and inside. 2-1. A win for Falmouth, along with a Wareham tie or loss, would put the Commodores in 4th place in the Western Division. Right now, Wareham is tied with the Firebirds at 1 in the bottom of the 9th. 2-1 comes in. It's right down Broadway. Strike 2.
So that means the Gatemen are either getting 1 point or they're getting 2 points because they can't lose the game.
Exactly.
So it's even more important for the Doors to take care of business right here.
Oh, actually, just one final.
Oh,
Wareham tied.
there we go.
Wareham tied with Orleans at 1, so Falmouth, if it wants to have sole possession of 4th place, has to win today. 2-2, swing and a miss, he got him. Drew Brutcher goes down swinging for the 2nd time tonight, and it now brings up Jackson Nicholas with Jacob Walsh on 3rd base. 2 gone in the top of the 8th inning. Falmouth leading Cotuit 9-7.
So that means Wareham now has 28 points. Falmouth with 27.
Boy, would this be something to take into the off day. 4th place and securing the season series against Cotuit. That's what the Doors can do if they win today as well. First pitch to Jackson Nicholas. Fastball too low. Ball 1 coming in at 92 miles an hour. Walsh on 3rd. He walked and has been going around due to unassisted putouts. 1-0 the count on Nicholas. Here's the pitch. Inside for ball 2. It's a righty on lefty matchup, gig on Nicholas. Jackson has walked twice today, went down swinging in the first. So technically he is 0 for 1. There's a wide open hole in the middle right side of the infield. Colby Wilkerson playing more so towards that first base bag. 2-0. Strike 1 on the inner half.
That's not a pitch Nicholas is going to be swinging at with a 2-0 count.
I was waiting for you to say
Oh,
that.
because it wasn't a strike.
Logan Safarenka with a take.
Logan's lens.
Walsh on 3rd. 2 gone in the top of the 8th. Doors up 2. 2-1. Swinging a fly ball center field. Going back is Park. He has a beat near the wall, and he makes the grab to close out the top of the 8th inning. So more likely than not, this is it. We'll tell you if it's officially so when we come back. We're going into the bottom of the 8th inning with the Doors leading the Cats by a score of 9-7. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. So this is it. Due to darkness, this will be the final bottom half. We are in the bottom of the 8th inning here at Lowell Park. The Commodores leading the Kettleers by a score of 9-7. Luke Malone is on for the save, technically. Is he? No? For the win.
He would be in line for the win.
For the win, excuse me. First pitch to Trotter Harlan. It's ball 1, too high. Yeah, because Johnson did go for it. Excuse me. 1-0. High and tight. Harlan had to turn his head around to avoid being hit. It's now 2-0. This is Harlan's first at-bat today. He came in as a defensive replacement in the 6th. Comes out of the college with Charleston. 2-0 comes in. Inside, ball 3. Ooh. Harlan last year was in the Coastal Plain League with the Wilmington Sharks, hitting just a little bit under 300 with 12 RBIs. 3-0 comes in and it misses low for ball 4. It's a 4-pitch lead-off walk for Trotter Harlan, and that's bad because Harlan's got some speed as well.
Oh, absolutely, and with the way that the darkness is right now, it's pretty bad. I mean, you got to be careful as a pitcher and as a batter because your vision can get impaired, but Cotuit could still tie the game with a home run.
Kobe Wilkerson's the tying run at the plate. First pitch to him, misses outside, ball 1. He has a couple of doubles today, so this is a guy to look out for. Wilkerson is 2 for 3. Went down swinging on a 2-2 count in the 4th. Also has a run scored to his name. Harlan leads off first. Not much of a lead over there. So the 1-0 comes in from Malone. Fastball in the outer half. Strike 1, count even. Nine to 7 your score. Falmouth in front of Cotuit with a man on first and nobody gone in the bottom of the 8th inning. The last one. The 1-1 from Malone. Swinging a bouncer on the right side. Walsh has it. He's going to make the play over at first and mind what's going on at second base. So Walsh with the unassisted putout just gets 1. Trotter Harlan moves over to second with Tommy Troy coming up to the plate. It's the top of the order for Cotuit. He serves as the tying run. It's a righty-on-righty matchup. Harlan leads off second. They're being advanced on the unassisted putout from Walsh. Malone looks back at second. First pitch to Troy. Curveball, and it's a bouncer to the left side. Malone picks it up, he doesn't even have a play. Tommy Troy beats it out on an infield single. He serves as the tying run, and coming up serving as the winning run is Carter Trice.
Well, it's never close here at, or I guess you say never easy here at Lowell Park, is it? As Mike Landry is most likely going to his bullpen right here. So now we're going to see a save opportunity here.
Yes, we are. And Malone, I think, is no longer in line for the win.
Oh, he still is. He still is. He still would be in line for the win.
Even with Corbett going 1 inning?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, yes, because of the ties, right? Yeah.
Because the Falmouth Commodores got the lead when Malone was pitching. So pretty lengthy visit from Landry, though, and they're going to go to the bullpen.
They are. We'll tell you who it is when we come back. It's crunch time here at Lowell Park in the bottom of the 8th inning with 1 out and runners at the corners. Carter Trice, the winning run, coming up to the plate when we come back. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. It's a close one here at Lowell Park. If you're just joining us, you came at a pretty perfect time. The score is 9-7, Falmouth in front of Cotuit, with one gone in the bottom of the 8th inning. But according to the officials, the umpires, this is going to be the last bottom half, knowing there are no lights here at Lowell Park. So runners are at the corners with one out in the top of the 8th. And Carter Trice serves as the winning run at the plate. He is 2 for 3 today with a couple of doubles. Harlan leads off third. Troy leads off first. Josh Stewart is now on the mound for the Commodores. The 0.84 ERA, pitching in 10 2/3 innings this season. First pitch. This is low and outside for ball 1. It's a righty on righty matchup. Troy serving as the tying run over at first base in a 2-run ball game that Falmouth's in favor of. The 1-0. Fastball at the knees, strike one, count even. And it is dark here at Lowell Park. Not even sure how we're going to film closing the door after this, knowing how dark it is. It's tough to see the ball from our vantage point, too. At home plate's 5 o'clock. Runners at the corners, one gone, bottom 8, doors up 2. Here's the pitch. Curveball, bouncer on the left side. Mooney has it, throws over to second for 1, over to first for 2. It's not in time. Coming in the score is Harlan. It's now a 1-run game with Trice on first base. 9-8 your score. Man on first with 2 gone in the bottom of the 8th inning. Falmouth still leading, but now just by 1.
But that's a big out, though, and a smart play by Alex Mooney to get the realistic lead runner, because regardless, we were going to see someone score down there. So runner at first, no one in scoring position. Just can't give up a long ball here to Kapis.
C.J. Kapis is in the box. Righty on lefty duel. Stewart from the stretch. Deals the first pitch. Fastball at the knees, strike one. If Falmouth hangs on in these next couple of moments, it will move up to 4th place in the Western Division standings, thanks to a Wareham tie with Orleans at Spillane Field moments ago. The 0-1. Curveball in the dirt. It gets away from Cromwick. Having to go all the way to the backstop. Moving over to second is Trice. Now just one single can make this a tie game at 9.
And that turns into a keep-up day. Oh, man.
Kapis today has a couple of walks. He's 1 for 2 with a single. That came in his last time up on a 3-1 count in the bottom of the 6th. Mooney holding off Trice over there at second base, playing shortstop. 1-1 the count on Kapis. The pitch. Fastball, bouncer right side. Walsh has it! Going over to first to close things out. Ball game over. Doors win. They take sole possession of 4th place in the West. 9-8 the final in Cotuit. Falmouth has taken the season series from the Kets, and it feels so good.
It's the second time we've seen Jacob Walsh rob extra bases and preserve the Falmouth lead, and in this case, the Falmouth victory. 9-8 the final. Doors take the season series. There's still another matchup at the Gov Fuller Field, but man, what a ball game.
What did I tell you coming into the game? I said, if the Commodores make the playoffs, I want them to play the Kettleers, because I really do think that they can have a handle of these guys. But the winner today, Luke Malone. Adam Boucher takes the loss, and Josh Stewart with a clutch and dominant 2-out save. So that's going to do it here from Lowell Park. The sun has set. We're going to film closing the door, and it's going to be a dark one, just letting you know. It'll be on our YouTube channel in a couple of hours. But next time we're in action is on Tuesday, July 19th. We are off tomorrow. On the 19th, the Commodores will be at Eldridge Park taking on the Orleans Firebirds. First pitch is set for 6:30. But here in Cotuit, the Commodores grab a clutch win in 8 innings. 9-8 your final. Falmouth takes down Cotuit from Lowell Park. That's going to do it. With Logan Safarenko and our producer / field reporter Carter Bainbridge, I'm Trey Redfield. Thanks so much for joining us. This has been a presentation of the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network.